26 schools across more than 500 square miles, Pulaski County Special School District is one of the largest school districts in the state of Arkansas. Our district strives to help each student discover his or her full potential while preparing students for life and cultivating future leaders. PCSSD continues to strengthen the relationship between its public schools and the community. Our district is committed to creating a nationally recognized school district that assures that all students achieve at their maximum potential through collaborative, supportive, and continuous efforts of all stakeholders. The schools participating in this football game are members of the Arkansas Activities Association as authorized by their school board. The administrators of these schools have helped to write the rules and regulations that govern participation of students in competitive activities for the schools that are members of the AAA. The Arkansas Activities Association, which is sponsoring this football game, is a voluntary, nonprofit educational association of some 500 junior and senior public and private high schools of Arkansas. The regulations which guide these events are adopted by the schools themselves and determine the type of program they believe to be most desirable for high school youth. The Arkansas Activities Association is one of 50 state organizations that belong to the National Federation of High School Associations. This association formulates policies, game rules, and standards for inter-school competition. The schools of Arkansas have adopted these rules on eligibility which correspond to those recommended by the National Federation. The Arkansas Activities Association recognizes that athletes represent more than themselves in athletic competition. They represent their team, their fellow students, their teachers, and the community. Athletes who display good sportsmanship reflect high moral standards.
Welcome, football fans, to Maumelle Hornet football on the PCSSD Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports. This is the voice of the Maumelle Sports Network, Steve Henson, and joining me now is my broadcast partner, as always, Andy Gates. Andy, how are you tonight, man?
Oh, I'm ready for this.
So this is the your first broadcast of the season, as we've been going and hustling all week with games across the PCSSD Sports Network, and we started the week off with a matchup between Robinson and Lone Oak, and PCSSD school Robinson took a victory there, 41-20 over Lone Oak in a good game. And, of course, in Game 2 of the week, same night, Sylvan Hills matched up with a good Forest City team in a good matchup that ended in a 28-23 finish, I believe, is correct. I could be a point or two off on that one. And then, of course, last night, Mills in a jamboree style. So we're at Game 4 here as Mills played Prescott Boxside last night. And scoring was a little different, but Mills took care of Prescott and then tied Boxside in a little bit of a shortened game.
Scrum.
Yeah. And so here we are for the final game of Benefit Week. This is AAA Benefit Week as we get ready for Week 0. And we're excited to be out here at Maumelle and ready for yet another season here on Natural State Sports and the newly coined PCSSD Sports Network. So it's been a lot of work the last couple of months to get to this point, and I want to start the broadcast off tonight by saying thanks to some folks. Really a big thank you to Kirk Horton, Denny Tipton, Coach Ron Cooper, and Todd Escola, and our athletic directors across PCSSD, and as well Jessica Duff and Communications have been a huge part of making sure that this partnership happened and getting everybody together. And it's I'm looking forward to what's going to be an exciting season, not just football season, but basketball season and on into spring sports as well. So looking forward to this partnership with PCSSD.
I think we just call that an exciting year.
Yeah, and we've got some good teams, so we'll jump right into it. I'm going to jump over here into my notes before we get too far into this. So we'll start things off tonight, or in this one, with a big matchup between 6A East, the Marion Patriots, and your 5A Central Maumelle Hornets. And this is a different look 5A. This is not going to tell you anything, so you're getting close to me for no reason.
What if I want to be there?
I mean, we can be shoulder to shoulder if you'd like.
I put my arm around you.
I mean, I smell okay, I think. I took a shower before I came.
I put on cologne.
Okay, good.
I had to work hard today.
Hey, well, I did too. I've worked hard all week. Ooh, it's been nonstop.
Long days and long nights.
Yep, it's going to be a long season of it.
We hope.
It will be. It's going to be a long season.
Tournament.
Well, we'll see. We'll talk. Let's talk 5A Central football to start things off. So as we look across, it's a new look 5A Central. The number one thing that people are going to realize this year, no Pulaski Academy, no Little Rock Christian. So the private schools have moved up. They get to be 6A's problem. So this Marion team may have to deal with them at some point this season. And so we don't have to worry about it. But in the 5A Central this year, I'm going to go down this as how Hootens, or the coaches in Hootens, have voted the 5A Central. But Robinson voted to finish number 1 according to the coaches in Hootens. Your Maumelle Hornets number 2, the Whitehall Bulldogs number 3 with new head coach Ryan Mallett. Mills at number 4, the Valonia Eagles at 5, the Morrilton Devil Dogs at 6, the Pine Bluff Zebras at 7, BB Badgers at 8, and Watson Chapel at 9. And not surprised to see those rankings. I know from my perspective, I've had the privilege of seeing Robinson, Maumelle, and Mills all play so far. We'll see Maumelle tonight, but I've seen them in practice, so I've had a lot of looks at all of them. And I would venture to say that that's probably where you're going to see the finish is Robinson, Maumelle, and Mills will probably in that top 4, and it will be one of the 4 that'll make the 4 teams from the Central that'll make the postseason. But that 4th team is going to be interesting, Andy. Whitehall is a team that a lot of people have given a lot of love to, and I think the coaches anyway are giving a lot of love because of the Ryan Mallett connection there. And but I made the point with Aaron on our broadcast on Tuesday night at Robinson that, one question that I would have going into that is just how good of a head coach is Ryan Mallett going to be? Obviously, we have Coach Brian Maupin here as his debut as a head coach for Maumelle tonight. And Whitehall is going to debut Ryan Mallett next week as well. And again, coach's son, but it's going to be interesting to see what he gets out of a very, very young Whitehall team that is replacing a lot of starters from that team last year. So we'll see how that plays out. A team like Valonia, another team that's replacing everybody. Your post Austin Myers, your post that really good class of athletes that they had up there, the school record after school record after school record. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Morrilton, a team that's been down over the last couple of years. They've kind of played middle of the road. It's a good way to put it. And so we'll see how they do. Pine Bluff is another squad that is trying to figure things out. You've got.
I don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah, well, the problem there is numbers and kids. A lot of those kids are at schools like Mills right now. You look at a Charlie Collins, who's a kid from Pine Bluff, who's now at Mills and getting a ton of attention and is going to do a lot of things in the 5A Central.
They got a couple kids on the basketball team that are pretty solid football players too, though.
Yeah, Jabray Shaw's one of those guys who just committed to UCA, so to play football, not even basketball. He's committed to UCA to play football. So the BB Badgers at 8, and again, it's hard to tell what you're going to get out of BB. Almost everybody, it seems like, in the 5A is replacing a large number of seniors after last season. And then, of course, the Watson Chapel Wildcats, who struggled last year, one of the big wins for our Maumelle Hornets. And so as we look across the 5A Central, I think this conversation's been had quite a bit between fans, coaches, administrators, but the Central is wide open as we look forward. Every year coming into, you've always thought, okay, PA, is there anybody in the conference that can get to the level of PA, and it's never happened.
Well, they were the gold standard.
Yes.
So, no pun intended on the colors. But
and so from that perspective, when you look at what they brought to the field and really the fear to some extent that they brought to the 5A Central and the 5A in general, now I think everybody can breathe and say, okay, this is pretty open. But then you look across and you look at the other half of 5A, and you got a team like Parkview who fields numerous D1 prospects on that team right now. And so that's probably going to be your favorite to win. in the 5A this year, I would assume. But in the 5A Central, I think Robinson's right there at the top in a squad that, in my opinion, is going to do a lot of damage in the 5A. And you see that in the rankings as we look across at the Hootens rankings as well. Hootens has Parkview ranked 1, Robinson ranked 2, but then the next Central team that they have is Valonia all the way down at 11, Maumelle at 12, Morrilton at 14, Mills at 15, Pine Bluff at 16, Whitehall at 17. And so you see the you see the disparity there between the top of the 5A Central and what everybody what the media thinks about what the rest of the 5A Central is going to look like.
A little bit of a gap.
Yeah, and we'll see if that gap closes. Obviously, I've gotten to see Robinson this week and just how good they are, and it's a very solid Robinson team. Quentin Murphy, sophomore quarterback with offers from several Power 5 schools, including Arkansas, Oregon, and Tennessee, is a kid that is going to he's going to impress a lot of people, and he's going to cause a lot of problems for teams across the 5A.
Not even into his first legit high school game yet.
Somebody tell Nico to stop calling me.
Nico, stop calling Steve.
What's up, Nico? I have to call you back when we're done, man.
Leave a message.
maybe
message.
Maybe he had his phone in his pocket here in practice.
Yeah. He probably wanted to FaceTime you while he was tackling somebody up there.
He probably did.
Steve, I got an interception.
I'm going to jump over here and make sure I'm not missing anything on the YouTube feed. He may be trying to
dunk a football.
Yeah.
After a spin move.
He may be trying to find the broadcast, and so we'll see.
I can't find it. Help me out.
But excited. So let's talk about this Maumelle team and just what they bring as they're headed out onto the field now. Let me get to my notes here. So as we look across, obviously, head coach Brian Maupin in his first year. This is his debut, and you want to talk about a guy with energy? If you didn't join us for our coaches show when we had Mop on after he was introduced, you missed out on the energy. But I'm telling you, just come to a practice. It is nonstop. Like, there's this thing about coaches, and we won't name a couple that really liked Red Bull and different things, but there's a thing about coaches.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Super high energy guys. I mean, you think about like Muss and his energy level from the basketball side of things. I mean, to me, Mop is a guy with that kind of energy.
He's got a better haircut.
Yes, he does. But he's so much fun to be around. He's such a fun guy. And from everything that I've heard from the players, from the parents, from the other coaches, he's breathed a new life into this program. And for everything we love that Coach Horton, our athletic director, did for this program, it was probably time for some fresh blood and for some newness out there on the field here in Hornet Nation. And I think Brian Maupin was the absolute right choice to make it happen.
Well, energy is important with young people. I mean, if you're going to inspire a bunch of young kids to get out there and to play ball, I mean, you got a young coach. He's going to be an excitable person. So, I mean, I think it's very important.
Can somebody call him?
He called again.
That's Horton. Call him.
Wasn't Nico again?
No, not Nico that time. But maybe Nico's here. I don't know. Maybe
I was going to suggest that.
I doubt it.
Come up here and hang out with us?
Highly doubt it, but that'd be cool if he was. But so of course, Coach Maupin comes in, a 2021 record for this team, 4-7. But of course, you had a stretch there where I think would we lose 4 games by 16 points in total, and so
4 in a row.
Yeah, actually. 4 in a row by 16 points total, and then a 3-3 record was good enough for 4th. Got us into the conference. Into the state tournament. And then this was a team that, you saw what that team was about last year when they went into that Greenbrier game.
12 points.
12, that's what it was. Went into that Greenbrier game and really had a chance to win it.
Should have won that one.
A rough finish to that one and a loss 31-28. Again, this team ranked 12th in 5A, 2nd in the 5A Central. Some guys to watch for as we get things going in this one. Some key returners, of course, quarterback Weston Pierce. Pierce, a guy that's had some interest. I was talking to his dad down on the field during practice on Monday, and Weston's getting a little bit of interest from schools like Arkansas State, so hopefully he'll get an opportunity to make that move to the next level. And, of course, Jason Crawford, he'll get the start at running back tonight, a guy like Jordan Candler who's going to play some wide receiver for this team. Amari Rogers, probably the most D1-looking body down there on the field as far as in the senior class on this team, can absolutely go. And, Andy, you and I were talking in pregame. Yeah. I personally think that this is going to be a season where maybe we see a guy like Amari really, really blow up on the defensive side of the ball. He's going to start a defensive end tonight, and I'm excited to see him out there on the field. Yeah. Matthew Mcgarrett, of course, a guy that he played a lot of linebacker last year. Looks like he's going to move down inside this year and play a little more D-line. And then Alan Timmons is a guy in practice when I was here Monday. He catches everything. He's very quick. He's going to be a problem for defenses.
That's important.
And then our guy James Whitley, Mr. Backflips himself, is he's moved to a new number 5 this year. I asked him if there's any reason behind that. He said, because I got to catch passes this year. So he's wearing 5. You see him down there as a captain, student body president. And this is a guy that is a leader on this team and is going to be a big part of it as we look at the key additions to this year, because we know what we lost. Guys like Big Baby, Andrew Chambly, guys like Nico Davier, who we've been talking about, Pancakes. I mean, we got baby cakes, so. Baby cakes out there tonight, but Kelby Forte, we're going to miss a guy like that, a senior offensive line that was huge. And then you look at the offense of this line tonight, and I believe we're starting 4 sophomores and 1 senior, I believe is right. And so, yeah, Culp, I believe Culp's the only senior.
Culp's the only senior.
So, but you look at the key additions to this team. Elijah Newell, a guy that we're very familiar with from the basketball team.
Very quick.
You know, I got to see some of him on Monday at practice and was very impressed with what Elijah was able to do out there on the field at wide receiver. Cato Hunter, another basketball guy that you're gonna remember that name. He brings a lot of size out there at 6'4", and he's going to be a big target, you would hope, for Weston as the Marion Patriots make their way out onto the football field after the toss. Andy, were you paying attention as to who won the toss down there?
I did not see it. I was looking at the paper trying to figure out linemen.
I think on the good news is we've got it right here in front of us. Marion's going to get the ball first. And I believe I missed who won the toss. You guys probably saw it better than we did if you're watching on camera.
We're still in pregame mode.
We are in pregame mode. We're still in benefit week mode. BJ Beats is a guy that my first introduction to him was at the benefit game against Ozark last year when he was playing for the 9th grade.
Yeah.
And he was playing quarterback, and he absolutely just annihilated a kid for Ozark on a running play. And so I'm excited to see. I think we'll probably see more of him from on the defensive line.
Rumor has it that kid retired from football and hasn't been seen since.
I would have if I was him. Another guy, Jalen Joyner. You may notice the last name.
No, what's that last name?
That is the younger brother of Razorback James Joyner, freshman running back at the University of Arkansas. And Jalen transferred over during the summer, and he's going to get some looks in the backfield. E. Devine, I was told we just call him E. I'm going to have to get the correct pronunciation for E's first name, but Devine is another one of the running backs that they're going to lean on this year, and he's a guy that came over from Baptist Prep and is going to be a piece in the backfield as well. Connor Forte, or as we're going to name him, Baby Cakes, is the younger brother of Kelby Forte. He'll get the start at guard as a sophomore. Connor Forte has got one heck of a future. And then Noah Gurney is a guy that the coaches have raved about as a sophomore on the defensive side of the ball. Very good-looking size kid, 6'4", 207 pounds. He's lean-looking. He looks mean coming off the end. And I didn't look. I don't believe he draws the start on that other side. No, it'll be Beats and Rogers at the end, but I would keep an eye out on a guy like Gurney. So we are ready for our kickoff. And who is that out there kicking? I know we had a freshman working in practice, but let me see. Can you see a number? I can't see.
No, I'm blind.
He's turned to the side, back deep to return. Looks like it's going to be number 4 for Marion.
You had 4 and 11.
So 4 and 11 is going to be Jalen Smith and Donnie Cheers. Donnie Cheers is a guy that I'm excited to see in terms of just one of the top wide receivers in the entire state of Arkansas. He is a good one. Averaged 23 yards a catch last year.
It's 60 kicking the ball. That'd be Gurney.
So Gurney kicks that one deep through the back of the end zone.
Of course, he does play soccer, if I'm not mistaken, too.
I do believe that we will have a dead kicking game tonight, so they will kick, but there will be no returns.
Thankfully.
That is so talking to Coach Mob earlier this week, that is the only thing that is different about this game that we would normally do. So everything else is going to be played out like a normal football game for 4 quarters.
So what about punting?
They will punt. They just won't return the punts.
That's no fun.
So no special teams. So Marion comes out. Starting at quarterback is going to be Ashton Gray, a sophomore with 4.6 speed. And Maumelle's going to have their work cut out for him, keeping him contained. So Gray waits for the snap. He'll take the snap with Smith behind him. He looks to his left. He wants to go to Cheers on the first play. Throws the fade. It's up, caught, but out of bounds.
Still didn't catch the ball.
Yeah. Did he drop it too?
Oh, it was on the ground.
Okay. In coverage there, I need that in between us, please. Thank you. In coverage on that one was Rawls, and Rawls was a guy that last year really got thrown to the fire a lot at corner, played well, but he is a senior leader this year, and we look forward to seeing Trevon Rawls have a big season at corner, and he draws the assignment of Donnie Cheers in this one.
Might need a little help. Let's see what he can do with it.
Looks like they're going man-to-man, so
test him again first game here.
showing blitz. They'll flip this one to the right side. A nice play in the
tackle.
backfield.
11.
That is Timmons in the backfield on that play.
The read of the sheet kind of funny here.
Yeah, I did it down instead of side to side. So good job there by Timmons to get in the backfield. That'll bring up a 3rd down and about 8 from the 25-yard line. So in the backfield, it'll be Jalen Smith, Ashton Gray at quarterback. Donnie Cheers is split to the near side. To the far side, they'll have trips. And it looks like it's going to be man-to-man again for the Hornet defense. Sneaking up, is that Mcgarrett, I believe.
Whitley was on the left side. They switched.
Now they bring the blitz. Couldn't get him. Gray goes outside,
Holding.
flag throw, chasing down, and a nice play from behind is number 40, Matthew Mcgarrett. So Mcgarrett picking up from where he left off last season with a big year. He had a lot of tackles. I believe he approached the triple-digit number in tackles.
It's impressive in high school.
Yeah, Whitley down there giving him the slap, telling him good job on the chase down. The penalty is declined. It's a hold, and it'll bring up 4th down for the Patriots here quickly, and it looks like Jalen Smith is back deep to punt it, I think. They may go for it. No, now they'll bring the punt team on.
I was wondering what they were going to do there for a second. Do they go for it here? Obviously, it's not exactly the place to do that, but you never know with this situation.
So a nice 3 and out for the Hornets to get things started. Timmons will go back deep to return the punt. So watch for the fakes here. Obviously deep in your own end, but in a benefit game, if you're going to try to see if things work, this would be the time to do it. The punt is away. It's a short end-over-end kick. Got to get away from this one as it bounces. Going to take a Marion bounce across midfield, and it'll be touchdown at the 43-yard line, and that's where the Hornets will get their first offensive possession of the night.
Not bad field position.
So, Andy, the defense looks good here early on the first drive against 6A East member Marion, and I think that's probably – obviously, we want to see what the offense is going to do, but you're playing a little bigger squad. They've got more guys out there, and the question is skill players for Marion. They're young, but this is going to be a squad that if the defense can play this well against a good 6A team, it may bode well for the rest of the season.
Defensive speed as a whole looks good right now. In the backfield, 2 of the 3 plays there. Obviously had good coverage on the receiver down here too.
Secondary is a strength of this team. So Weston Pierce comes out. He's got next to him, is that 4 it is. So next to him will be Jason Crawford. You'll have twins on each side, near and far side at wide out. So they'll spread this one out. Pierce claps his hand, waiting for it, gets the snap. He'll hand this one away to Crawford. No, kept it. Throws it to the left side. That ball's caught. Making a man misses Elijah Newell, and Newell is across the 50 to the 47-yard line. And that'll be a 1st down for the Hornets.
Nice little pass there. Start the game.
Nice 1st down there as Pierce quickly gets his offense back out. And an Acre Family Pharmacy 1st down there for the Hornets as Pierce surveys. Got twins to the right. He'll fake this one. Now he does give it to Crawford. Crawford trying to, and he gets taken down by the helmet. Ball might have came out. There's another late tackle. No, I think somehow there Jason Crawford ducked under the tackle and then was pulled down by the 3rd man through. All right, so Pierce now, they'll have twins to each side as Rogers splits out wide this time into the slot. Crawford to his right side as Pierce calls for it. He gets the snap on 2nd and 10. He looks, he wants to throw it. And that one, as he was looking for 7, Jason Barham, falls to the turf incomplete, and it'll bring up a 3rd down for the Hornets. So an interesting thing to keep an eye on here. Obviously, 11, Amari Rogers, as we see an offensive line substitution as Gurney comes into the game here on 3rd. He'll go to the left tackle side. Whitley going to come in for Amari Rogers, and he'll split out in the tight end position this time.
So that'll be interesting.
You know, Whitley's looked good. He's got good hands. And I made the comment, I think it was to Weston's dad when we were at practice Monday. James Whitley's a guy that I wouldn't put anything beyond him. Like, James Whitley can do anything. Anything. Like, football field, real life, it doesn't matter.
Route, cartwheel to a backflip, catch the ball, run down the field.
he would do it. And they'll hand this one up the middle. Big hole here as Crawford probably should have followed Whitley on the left side. Instead, he went to the right, and he's going to be short of the first down by about 7, maybe a gain of 3, down to the 44-yard line. That'll bring up a 4th down as Whitley will come out and Rogers will replace him.
Plus out of the 50. We're going.
So Barham and Rogers will be on the near side. Timmons and Newell to the far side with Crawford and Pierce in the backfield.
You just go up top here. You actually make a play that's going to make sense and go for the down marker.
Well, you got both safeties up. I'd probably look to try to get somebody open right over the middle at the 30. Pierce, he wants to just throw it up, and he's got his man, got him beaten. He had turned early, and that's going to be incomplete, as that was Barham who stopped his route a little early, jumped. Pass falls incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs, and the ball will go back to the Patriots.
That is just why you play this game.
That was one of those times Weston's going to look at that on film study and know, just get that ball out just a little bit more because Barham had his man beat.
Had him beat, but he turned just a hair early. But he does turn it up. A little bit of chemistry there, too. So
yeah. So
Barham played much last year?
Who's that?
Barham,
he played some, a lot late.
Though.
He played
Obviously
more late.
With Rod and everything.
Well, Barham played a lot of running back last year more than anything. He spelled some guys late in the season. So, all right, so Marion back out on the field, and that'll be Gray and Jalen Smith, and a whistle here and a timeout.
Darn.
I believe. What's the call? And it is a timeout. Marion.
Wasn't one of them 5-yard timeouts, so.
No, it wasn't a 5-yard timeout, unfortunately, so no benefit for the Hornets. I did see sophomore Noah Gurney made an entrance there on this drive, so we'll see if they stick with that. As we look across, we'll continue some of our pregame chatter here, looking at the strengths of this Maumelle Hornet team. Of course, experienced quarterback. We know what we get in Weston. And I know, Andy, Weston's looking to prove some stuff with the way the season finished last year.
That is for sure with him. He wants to go down there and throw the ball as much as possible, it's going to seem like. But it's a matter of if the receivers, I don't want to say lack of experience, but you kind of use that with what he had last year to what he's got this year. I don't think we have the best receiver in 5A out there right this second.
It is a big difference.
But it could emerge.
Absolutely.
So you got a lot of talent. You just got to see what it comes out to.
All right, so we're ready here as Gray with Smith to his right. Motion man here is Kearney, and they'll hand this one to Smith. Smith gets to the left side. Good blocking from Marion. He's going to be met. Ball may have came out. Ball is out, and I think the Hornets have it. There's a scrum for it, and Marion may have fought their way to get that football back. I don't know if on the way up we dropped it, which allowed them to get it back, but
did you see who the most excited person on the Maumelle sideline was?
It had to have been Mop. I wasn't looking at the sideline, but I can promise you, I can see him right now flexing his way around the 49-yard line.
He was literally right in front of the pile. I don't know how you didn't see him bouncing up and down.
I was watching the ball that come out, and so.
Oh, they're lucky to get back on that.
I think Beats was there. Let's see. Maybe Hilliard as well was part of that hit that knocked that ball loose. It could have been Rawls. I couldn't tell. It was either a 6 or 8. Gray, they'll go misdirection, and Smith falls to the turf, and he'll lose the 3 he gained on the last player, 4, and that'll bring us back to a 3rd down and 10.
Thanks.
So far here early, the offense is pretty stagnant for Marion. Good field position on their second possession here after going 3 and out in the first. So Ashton Gray, I'll see if Marion tries to figure out a way to get him outside the tackles. He's a guy that if he gets beyond the defense, he's going to be hard to catch. He gets the snap looking left. He wants Cheers. He'll step up to run. Now, nice throw to Cheers. Cheers dropped it. Cheers was right at the sticks, couldn't hold on to it. And you're right, Rawls had good coverage there.
Well, we're going to see, like I said, how good Rawls is for sure. Cheers didn't nobody shake a stick at. 23 yards a catch on average last year with 11 touchdowns.
And nearly 1,000 yards, I think 953 total yards.
On 41 catches.
Just incredible.
It's like, let him get in space, and he's going to make you pay every time.
So another 3 and out for the Hornet defense as Timmons back to return the punt. There's the snap. Kick away here. Is that one a little better than the first one? Got a good spin to it. Timmons going to chase it down, but he doesn't field it. He'll let it roll. It'll turn backwards at the 23-yard line, and that's where the Hornets will start their second possession of this one.
You know who would have fielded that? I will give you one guess.
Jesse Knight would have picked it up.
I think the name was echoed in the background right there.
Boy, that's a piece. You think about key losses for this team. That's another one. Jesse Knight is a guy that's
Swiss Army knife,
just
for
electric.
Sure.
Once Horton put him at running back, it was a whole different animal all of a sudden.
A game changer is what that was.
That's a guy that if you just could man, could we got one more year there? I mean,
bottle it up.
Oh gosh, no kidding.
Just bottle him up, and here you go.
So new running back into the game on this drive is going to be Jalen Joyner, as he'll come out on the second possession with Pierce.
He doesn't look like a miniature version of his brother from here, does he?
Yeah, he does.
From right here, he does, for sure.
A single wide out to the far side as they'll give this one to Joyner. Joyner got a seam. Got one guy, and he's going to get 9 on this one, and then that'll be a nice first down gain for the Hornets and Joyner.
And go again.
And quickly right back on the line of scrimmage. Pierce surveys, claps his hands. He'll get the snap. He's going to give it right back to Joyner. Joyner up the middle. He's got the Acre Pharmacy first down.
And now they want to slow him down because we got to move these sticks. Come on, let's go. Come on.
I do like the pace that we're
seeing.
seeing.
We know it's a first down. Move the orange stuff.
So you have Newell and Timmons here. Now Timmons will split out wide as they'll go trips to the right side. That is Jordan Candler who comes in, and now Timmons will come off the field. So 2 receivers here to the near side, 1 to the far side. Rogers is your H-back. Joyner to the right of Pierce. Safeties are down, and, I mean, if there's ever a time you want to take a shot, this is the team to do it against as Marion's walk their safeties all the way down to the deepest guys, the 44.
Here you go.
He's got him if he wants him going deep. Got his man out there, and it is almost intercepted. A great play there by Marion. Number 1, Jacoby Smith, came back over the top to make a great play.
Jacoby Smith got a little height on him, too.
That was a shot there. I was waiting to see it.
The ball was there. If he had one more step on him, it was there for sure.
And once these guys start to figure out the timing.
No replay.
That's my fault. There you go.
Oh, almost perfect. Look at you. Like you've done that before. How about you?
Time or two. So as we continue to work on our new cameras and all of our new equipment, we're excited to all the new stuff we got rolling here for you guys. So Pierce looking. He's got his man off the route. Now he does a good job to avoid the sack. Throws it a little inside of Timmons and incomplete. So that'll bring up a 3rd down here, 3rd and 10 for the Hornets.
Go back to that last set of downs there. Did you see how quick after that first 9-yard run they were popped up and on the ball? Like it was like 5 seconds, if that, and they were ready to go.
I thought I heard Will back there say something about going with the PA offense or the PA style of offense, and you're definitely seeing a little different pace. Yes.
Pace.
And that doesn't mean
Not
pace.
match pace.
There you go. So Pierce gets it. He will hand this one to Joyner. Joyner breaks the tackle. He's got to break another one. He'll get it in across the 40. And he's going to be about 6 yards shy of a first down here. It'll be 4th down and 6 with 6.5 minutes to go, and they are on the wrong side of the 50.
What does Mop do?
But it looks like Mop's going to go for it.
Might as well.
He will. They'll keep the offense on the field as Pierce.
Defense playing solid ball. Why wouldn't you?
2 receivers each side. Timmons and Newell's to the near side as Pierce steps back, looks left the whole way. He overthrew his man in the slot. As it looked like he wanted number 7, Jason Barham, and he never even looked left. And that's going to be, again, an opportunity there for Pierce to survey the field. And I'm not sure if maybe Barham turned and sat down in the wrong spot because that ball was definitely not well thrown.
Might be where you want to slow that play down just a bit and take a little more time with this one.
See Big Baby in the comments.
Hey.
Good to see Big Baby. Thanks for joining us.
Seen a nice picture of him on the Razorback page.
Yeah.
I was like, how in the world, of all the people, he just pops up there.
Did you see the one of Nico?
No, I haven't.
Oh, boy. It's a good-looking picture. All right.
I had to find it.
So Gray back at quarterback for Marion after the turnover on downs for the Hornets.
Watch this.
I bet they go deep. That's one-on-one for Cheers, and he splits it out even wider.
There's nobody else there. Oh, here we go.
So Gray, he's going to fakes it. Now looking back on the boot. He wants to go. He's got his man in the seam. Now he's going to go deep. Got his man over the top. Touchdown, Patriots. As he finds Kearney, the junior, streaking down on the post route, and he had his man beat pretty easily there. And that'll be 6 here for the Patriots on that one from, 46 out. So
maybe that's why he punted.
So 46-yard touchdown pass from Ashton Gray to Matthew Kearney, and it's 6-0 Patriots.
You call that a quick strike?
Absolutely. A lot of guys open on that one. That was a tough one. I think we bit on the boot and then maybe paid a little too much attention to 11 on that play.
Well, he was out there by himself. He kind of figured he was going to go. Hey, look at that.
Well-designed play for Marion. And
it was pretty.
Good to see Jordan Harrison in the comments as well. And hope you're doing well, Mr. Jordan Harrison. Good to see him. I got to see him at team camp over the summer, so good to see Jordan. And hope things are going well down in Henderson.
Yeah, him and Stroud down there.
Mm-hmm. So as we go back up, take a look at this Marion Patriot team. Head coach Lance Clark in his second year, 6-7 in his first season. But this was a team that really got hot late. Won 5 straight before losing in the semifinals to El Dorado. That was their second straight trip to the 6A semifinals where they've lost. But they only returned 3 on offense and 7 on defense. A team that has a very good secondary. We've already seen that with a play where we thought we had a touchdown, and a great job by Jacoby Smith to run that one down. Very experienced and talented defensive line as well for this Marion team.
They showed us what we tried to do.
Yes. Their guys were a little more open in that situation. It was a good-looking play there.
We couldn't make up the ground that they made up.
Yeah, good play design, too, for Marion there.
Yes,
so.
it was beautiful.
Got the little one over here. He's excited.
Somebody.
He gets to start kindergarten in just a few short days.
Is kindergarten ready?
I don't know. No. You know what's funny is
kindergarten's about to quit.
So my 2 go to Sylvan Hills, and so we're in PCSSD as well. But I kind of feel bad for his kindergarten teacher because it is the 3rd straight year that she's had to deal with a Henson.
I'm sorry, yeah.
She had Zeiler for 2 years, 2nd and 3rd grade. And now she gets Diesel for kindergarten. So 3 straight years of having to deal with one of my kids. I kind of feel bad for her.
Well, let's just hope this one doesn't have a pencil in his hand.
There's the kickoff coming up to make the catch as this one will bounce and be caught at the 21.
Hey, that would have worked. It would have been nice.
That was Rawls who filled it. Nice little spin move, even though the kick was dead.
Red is not a good color for me in numbers. It and my colorblind eyeballs, it still work.
I was about to say, you're normally all over it. And
I don't have binoculars. And red and being partially colorblind is not good for me.
Well, I got to give my eye doctor, Dr. Justin Franks, and the Eye Care Center of Saline County some props. As I was headed out the door today, and he promised me that he would have my new contacts mailed to me. And I went out and checked the mail just before I left, and they were there. So I am glasses free, and I can see great. So great, big thanks to my buddy Justin Franks over at Eye Care Center of Saline County. So Hornets back on the field offensively as Pierce hands this one away. I missed who that is at running back, but that play goes nowhere as he's stopped right at the 25-yard line.
As soon as he gets picked up, we'll try to tell you.
That's Joyner. So they had a little something going, Andy, on that last drive, going to Joyner a couple times, and then they went to the deep pass and kind of got out of their rhythm.
Yeah, it kind of fell on its face real quick there for a couple of plays, but hopefully we can get that rhythm back.
See Nico in the comments, and Nico, I will never shady button you on a phone call ever again. I promise.
Y'all keep all y'all saying hi to Steve. I see how he is. That's fine.
Joyner gets the handoff to the left side, and he has met a lot of traffic there by Marion. Good job defensively as the offensive line struggling a little bit here for the Hornets.
This might be that young age and inexperience on the line that's showing up.
They're going to have their work cut out for them as
it's a bigger team too.
Offensive line coach Jared Bear White's going to have to work hard to get this offensive line up and rolling, but he's excited about him. I talked with Coach on Monday, and I asked him. I said, "What do you think the strength of this team is?" And he said, "Well, it might be. I might be the wrong guy to ask, but I think the offensive line is going to be a strength." And then Mop said the same thing. A lot of pressure as Pierce takes a shot. Newell couldn't get back to that ball, and Pierce is
lucky to get rid of it.
Yeah, he gets up, but that's going to bring up another 4th down, and the Hornets are going to have to punt. Right now, a stagnant offense for the Hornets.
Is that our first 3 and out?
No, we had a 3 and out on that first or 4. We had the turnover on downs on the first drive, and then got a first down on the second drive. So is that Rogers punting? I believe that is Amari punting.
This is interesting.
I've seen Amari kick it now. I think it was last year. I haven't seen him do any kicking this year, but good thing he's back there as he tips it to himself. Not a good punt as this one end over end bounces at the 40, and it's going to be caught out of bounds by B.J. Beats. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line for Marion. Great field position here. From a special teams perspective, Andy, you can't be happy about that because you have no rush. You don't have to get in any hurry on that bobble.
If we'd have had a rush, he'd had to rush the ball down the field himself.
I was about to say.
It's a good man to have the ball in his hands. I mean, he might have a chance. But that kick, about that, might need to work on it.
Yeah. Got to work on that one a little bit.
Catch the ball better, yes.
All right, so Smith and Gray back out, and they'll have trips to our near side, solo receiver to the far side. We'll see if they don't try to sneak Cheers out of that little bunch formation here on the near side.
Yeah,
Nope, now he's going to go in motion. They will pitch it to him. That's a pass play as Cheers trying to get around the block of Smith, but a good job by the Hornets to string him out, and he might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
Emphasis on might. He might have jumped right in front of the down marker there.
Yeah, and let's see.
Yeah, he's right there on it.
So no gain on that play, as that'll be the first technically the first completion of the night to Cheers, and he did not average 23 on that one.
He literally ran 40 yards sideways for 1 inch. Actually, negative.
Yeah.
For where the ball's at.
So now 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, as Gray gets the snap. He'll hand this one to Smith. Smith up the middle as Mcgarrett got a hand on him and pulls him down. Beats was there, but that's going to be a solo stop for Mcgarrett.
Linebackers look pretty impressive right now, Steve.
You remember last year, that was a strength of this team between Whitley and Mcgarrett, and they're picking right up where they left off last year.
They held it down well last year, both of them being juniors. So it's good to see that experience coming up and go with it. So definitely going to be needed.
So Gray surveys the Hornet defense. Is in motion is Kearney. He's got the touchdown catch. He'll wheel around the backfield. High snap caught. He'll hand this one away to Smith. Smith is bottled up. Great job there by the defense.
Beats decided to squish him.
Beats, as well as, I think that's 58, Achilles Pace on the tackle. Pace was the first one there. Beats helped clean it up. Pace will come off the field, as will Beats. Rogers comes in. 64 is Eric Young, as Eric Young has entered the game as well. He'll play over the – looks like he's going to play right over the top. Rogers goes to the far side, defensive end.
4th down.
So 4th down and 9 here for the Patriots. There's a snap. Gray looking left the whole time.
Yes.
The blitz is there, and they got him. Big sack there for the Hornets.
Out of nowhere.
And that was 64. Big Eric Young, who just came in the game.
Who was it? I think Putin had something written up in their little paragraph about him.
A little Young, he'd probably be over here.
Yeah.
So Young with the sack there. That'll be another turnover on downs for the Patriots. And the Hornet offense is going to try to get something going here on their 4th possession of the game. So far, it's been a turnover on downs. We have 2 turnover on downs and a punt. And now the Hornets with their 4th possession of the game. Only 1 first down, so got to find some rhythm here for this offense.
You know what that means, right?
We're going all the way to the house on
We're
this
due for a touchdown.
Yes, that's right.
You know what happens when I do that, right?
Who is that? That's E in the backfield now. That's Devine, who's next to Pierce on this drive.
Where is he?
Right there.
That's it.
They'll fake it to Devine. They'll throw this one up. Nice quick route, and couldn't bring it down. That was number 7, Barham. Couldn't make the catch there on the quick go route.
Rod, you can come back. Super senior.
I'd like to see that play again, but with a back shoulder throw.
Yeah.
I think it'll work if you'll try that again.
He almost snuck that one in there anyway.
He did.
Somebody would come up with it. It's like almost sneak it to his arms, like boop.
Now late substitution here as Timmons comes off the field. Is that 8?
Still got 15 seconds.
That's Hilliard who came in. Pierce will get it. Late handoff to Devine.
Wow.
Devine fortunate to have that football in his hand. And he got a yard out of that play and bring up a 3rd down and 9.
I didn't think he wanted it.
It was a little bobble, and I think their mesh point was really far apart there. So a tough handoff or tough exchange there between Pierce and Devine.
Pierce was a smaller quarterback. That wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
If he was 5'10", nope.
We unfortunately saw that in the Robinson game and allowed Lone Oak to have not even a scoop and score. It was just a catch a fumble in the air and score. So Pierce gets the snap, low snap, and boy, the pressure is all over him. Pierce never had a chance. Pierce is slung to the ground, and a huge loss there as the offensive line really got worked on that one by this very talented Marion defensive line. So the punt team back out on the field as Pierce jogging off, and somebody's going to have to help him fix his
When you can
jersey.
see the quarterback's shoulder pads, it's not been a good day.
That's one of those where your offensive line better come surround you and say, sorry, QB1,
We're sorry,
let me
bud.
fix that shoulder pad for you.
We won't let it happen again, boss. I'm going to sit over here by myself for a second.
There's the kick. This one, a line drive, going to be picked up at the 24-yard line. That's
Better
where
distance.
Marion will start.
Better distance.
Yeah, Andy, better distance, but in a game with return on, boy, your blocker, you're not going to be in a very good position there to make a
Better
tackle.
be fast.
There was a lot of room to run if that had been a regular return.
Definitely missing the kicking game from last year, from what I can tell so far.
Yeah, a guy like Brookhagen. I mean, we'll see what happens in that part of the kicking game. But yeah, I promise you, we're gonna miss Brookhagen this year.
Looks like Mr. Young's getting to go back out on the field here.
He may have earned himself some more
Big
playing
sack.
time.
First play on, boom.
So Beats is at one end, Gurney at the other, Young inside. Can you see the number of that other? That 56, Cameron Kirkwood maybe.
58.
58. That's Achilles Pace. And a whistle here with 1:50. That's going to be an official timeout. And I think we've got I think we might have a wardrobe malfunction down there on the field.
He lost his belt, coach.
As that's Kearney, who has the Marion touchdown catch, 46-yarder. He comes off the field.
Yeah, you don't get to play the rest of the quarter after you score a touchdown like that.
That's right. Christian Young onto the field. He'll be in the slot. So 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. That receiver on the far side is Cheers. Now they'll throw deep. He wants Cheers, and he just chucks that one about 15 yards too deep. A little too much reliability in Cheers on that one.
I don't think there's enough air into that one.
Yeah. Got a good number. 64 watching us right now. You guys do me a favor and make sure that you hit the subscribe button. As you know, all of our games have moved this year to the Maumelle Sports Network. Maumelle, our Hornets will be on the Natural State Sports Channel a few times this year for a couple of Game of the Week broadcasts. But in order to watch every single Maumelle Hornet game this year, you need to be subscribed to the Maumelle Sports Network YouTube channel.
Hit the bell. Get the
Kearney
notification.
is in motion, man. They'll fake this one as Gray kept it. He makes a nice spin move, and he'll pick up about 9 on this one and bring up a manageable 3rd and 1 for the Patriots.
You got another 3 after the spin there. Say it's worth it.
Gray's quick now. He's a guy that he gets loose, and I don't know that there's too many on this Hornet defense that can run him down.
Might have a couple in the safety position, but I don't really think we need to let it get that far into it.
No. So sophomore Caden Sherman comes in on the defensive line. Young out there, Beats as well. And I believe that's Rogers, and it is at the other defensive end. Linebackers Mcgarrett and Whitley. As Gray looking 3rd down, a little over a yard. And in the backfield is Young again. And they stuff him. A yard loss, yard and a half loss here. And they get 2 yards, as that'll back him all the way to the 31-yard line. Again, Young is a force in the backfield right now.
I like this guy.
I really like
64.
senior Eric Young. Boy, what a ball player. So from 3rd and 1 to 3rd and 4. And 4th down, Marion will bring out the punt team. So new return man, that's Rawls back to catch this punt.
Hey, speaking of low line drive punts,
Line drive, Rawls steps up like he was going to touch it, and then he wisely runs away from it.
I don't even understand getting near the ball. I don't understand getting near the ball in that situation at all. Just stay away from it. If it takes some erratic bounce and it hits you, it's way too much risk.
Yeah, more risk than it's worth, and especially now where it's a dead kicking game. So why even?
No point at all.
Yeah, why even take a chance? So 7 seconds left here in the first. Hornets trail this one 7-0 as the Patriots got on the board a couple possessions ago with a 46-yard touchdown pass from Ashton Gray.
One mistake on
Matthew
defense.
Kearney.
One mistake on defense here. Just can't get our offense rolling.
See if they can get some rhythm. Obviously, when you want to run this kind of pace, you've got to be able to get into a rhythm, and so far they haven't been able to. I think the third drive was probably the best-looking drive, but it ended in a punt. A quick pitch here up the middle, and boy, Marion all over that one as they went to Candler on the end around. It did not work out, and that'll be the last play of the first quarter. So after a quarter of play, Marion leads this one 7-0, and we'll be back with more Hornet football here on Natural State Sports. All right, welcome back as we're ready for the second quarter. That was quick.
And that was
They'll
fast.
hand this one right up the middle, and a nice gain on this
6
carry.
yards.
Who is that on the run? That's Joyner again. And Joyner definitely looks to have the quicker step once he touches the football. I'd like to see them really feed him a little bit more. Is that Joyner? I can't tell if that's 22. That might be Worsham.
20.
Is that 28?
22.
It's not 23. It's either 22 or 28. I'll go right back to it here on the left side, trying to get around the corner. He's got some room here. As hit out of bounds late, no flag, and that is Worsham. Yeah, that's Jordan Worsham on that carry.
I didn't think it was 22. He looks a little smaller.
Worsham, 5'8", 149, senior or junior. Another one of the many, many running backs that Coach Mop in this offense is going to trot out there.
You get a 5'8", 149 to 5'10", 197. There's a little difference in size there.
So an Acre Pharmacy first down there. So Pierce looks to the right. He's calling the audible. I'm trying to get everybody set. They do. Pierce looks to the right. He wants his man. That throw a little short. It's going to be caught by Candler. Give him a yard on the play. And is that the first completion for Pierce? I guess technically the little pitch was a completion.
He had one to Newell to start the game.
That's right. So I think that's his third.
That first one to Newell was pretty nice.
So 2nd and 9. And we'll see if they don't go back to Worsham on this one now.
We haven't seen much of Newell since then, though.
Whitley at the H here. And a little early motion by the
A little bit early
Hornets.
by Candler. False start. No, it wasn't false. He just kept going. It was complete.
So PI roofing penalty flag.
I think you should call that one a head start or a false start.
Yeah.
Head start.
I want to say thanks again to PI Roofing for being our penalty flag sponsor for the second straight year. Happy to have you guys as a sponsor once again. So 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. They'll hand this one to Worsham up the middle, cuts to the right, now breaks a couple of tackles, and he'll get back
4 of those 5 back.
almost to the original line of scrimmage. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 11 for the Hornets.
You got to do something here. Rogers and Whitley going to swap out.
So we'll see here as Rogers, you don't lose anything from a blocking perspective.
Oh, no.
Between either one of them. Rogers is a very willing blocker.
You saw that last year when he blocked Nico.
Yeah. So he'll put his hand in the turf this time. Pierce gets it. Rogers going out. Now they'll throw this one deep. Looking up. Got his man, but a little too much air under that one as he wanted Barham again. And right now the timing is just not there between Weston and his receivers.
Thought you were going to say Barham there. I was going to be like, yeah, it looks kind of a little more than just Barham.
No, that's definitely both. This is something they'll get to work on quite a bit. I mean, with team camps going on, you get the opportunity to play some other teams, but once again, you still don't get in a whole lot of rhythm, and some of it feels more 7-on-70, and so we'll see if they'll have an opportunity here between now and that Sylvan Hills game next week gets some work.
We got to turn it loose because next week's for real.
So Pierce steps up. He's going to scramble. Pierce, nice block on the backside. Pierce breaks it, but he fumbles the ball, and it's out of bounds. Can't advance it, so that's going to come back to the spot of the fumble.
35.
I believe, unless they're going to give him possession before he went out with it. Let's see what the call is here by the officials.
If he does, then or where the ball goes out.
And I think that's what they're talking about. I think they're saying that they had possession, and if so, that's going to be an Acre Pharmacy first down for the Hornets.
I think they're going to give it to him. Here.
A nice hustle. I think, is that Baby Cakes?
Wow. He was right on top of it.
Can't tell who that was.
The ref was right on top of it. I mean, he was right there on his foot. So, I mean, it has to be.
So now a discussion as both teams are leaving the field.
Or is he just going to say this is where the ball went out and that's where they're going to take possession?
Well, that's not how it should work.
I think it would be where Weston went down.
Yeah, it'd be where he lost the football.
So it would be about the 35 if that's the case. Weston's going back on the field now. Last time I checked, he didn't play defense.
No, well, it was.
He'd be a safety. If
it would be fourth down now, right? Because that was a third.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was fourth.
Yeah, so it's either our first down or it's turnover on down.
Let's see.
That would be some of that luck that you need to go your way during a football game to win one.
Yeah, the Marion coaches are still talking to the officials over there trying to get an explanation. And now now they're calling it a turnover on down. So, and that's now I mean, we can be well.
Makes a little more
did
sense.
They bring it back? No, okay. That's the right call. If he didn't have possession going out of bounds, then obviously it goes back to where the ball was fumbled. And so it will be a turnover on downs. That was, I believe, little baby cakes, or what are we? Those little silver dollar cakes, the little pancakes you get from the
little pancakes. We can't call them crepes.
No,
it's not really be thin pancakes.
No.
You call him silver dollar?
There you go, silver dollar cakes. I don't know. So, but a good hustle there by Forte, and that's a guy you would expect to be running one of those now.
Technically, at that one we call him IHOP because he was hopping on over there to get the ball.
All right, so the defense back it on the field here. Beats, as well as Gurney at the defensive ends. Everybody else looks to be about the same. They're doing a lot of interchanging on the defensive line.
Nickname's going to get us in trouble.
No, not for our guys. Our guys love them.
So I got my wig. I'm wearing my wig tomorrow.
Gray hands this one off to the right side, cuts inside. Gurney there.
Can we get a fumble?
Did the ball come out? No. Just a awkward way to go down. Gains 8 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 2 as Gurney makes the tackle for the Hornets there.
Marion ready to go again.
So,
Steve, the defense is looking pretty solid, though, as a whole unit, though.
Yeah, outside of one play.
For sure. Yeah, just like I said, you get burned one play, and it was a beautiful play at that. So, got to give that up.
So, Gray, he'll hand this one off to Smith. Mcgarrett trying to run down. A good job there by the defense.
Way to read the hole and get there.
Timmons and Mcgarrett converge for the tackle there. They'll stop him. He'll be a yard shy here. And another 3rd and short for the Patriots.
Whitley created that play. Did you see what happened?
Yeah.
He jammed one hole. One of them opened up. Mcgarrett went through it and created pretty much what happened.
So no Young on the field for this 3rd down. He's been a monster on 3rd. We'll see if the defensive line can get back there and shut down Gray again. Gray looks to the sidelines for the call. Now he's ready. Clap his hands. They'll get the snap. Gray hands it away to the right side. And the Hornets all in the backfield again. And there's the flag, but it doesn't matter as the Hornets stuff him in the backfield again on 3rd and short. And that's going to bring up a 4th down and about 3, barring our PI roofing penalty here.
Defensive tackle on the right side just destroyed the lineman. It was in the backfield before the ball was even handed off. Destroyed the left guard.
Hornets are doing a lot of work on these third down and short, and you're right.
Left guard, left tackle were just destroyed.
Yeah, left side of that line. Great job there by the Hornets.
Somebody's going to take a chewing when they hit that Marion sideline over that one.
Shannon Dyson jumps on. I want to say thanks to the Patriot fans that are joining us as well. Hope you guys enjoy the stream. I know you guys are blessed with a good stream there from the Marion Patriot Athletics, Twitter. You guys have got a great stream, so happy to have you guys on our broadcast here on the Maumelle Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll hand this one to the left side, trying to string it out. That's Mcgarrett waiting for him. They stuff him, but he breaks the tackle and gets the first down.
Wow.
Hornets did a good job to bottle him up, but a great, even better job is that's number 8, Carter Waldo, and they couldn't find Waldo on that one.
Beat me to it. Where was Waldo? Passed the first down. That's where he was.
He's 7 yards downfield.
His cutback. Waldo had a vicious cutback.
So Waldo off the field as Smith steps in. Gray, he'll hand it to Smith on the little counter play. Smith looking to the right side, met by James Whitley. Whitley steps in there, makes the tackle. That'll be no gain for the Patriots. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 10 here with 8 minutes to go in the half.
Boy, Gurney in the backfield again.
That kid, give him another year, man.
He was back there going, hey, you're going this way. Hi, my name's James Whitley. Nice to meet you. I'll be here again. A few minutes. Give me a second.
So cheers on the near side.
Cheers, mate. Let's say that the whole time.
Gray fakes it. He'll boot to the left. Being chased down by Beats. And they got, he had Kearney, but he overthrew him, thankfully, for the Hornets.
I really want to see Beats just turn loose on one of them on that side of the ball.
He's going to get his chance.
Oh, that's for sure.
And we have a penalty. We got a PI roofing penalty on the field.
It's a doily in the jersey.
Hey, Jake and the guys at Sylvan Hills got to hear that a lot Tuesday, and we're going to get to hear that a lot next Friday night.
Yep. I love that guy. He's a ShamWow on the Serengeti.
Yeah, I heard a few of them. He was coming through loud and clear. That penalty is going to be on Marion.
Beep, beep, beep.
Back him up. 5. I think it was a formation penalty. I don't know. Cheers may have not been lined up on the right side of the line. So they'll back this one up.
Line him up in black and red.
I mean, if he's offsides, it's pretty easy to see with them orange shoes.
Kind of nice.
They are some good-looking shoes. So Gray awaits the snap. He'll get a high snap, brings it down, looking up, a lot of pressure, screen ball, and that's going to be caught and straight to the ground. Goes Patriot Cameron Garrett. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 15.
I think last year I was over there writing them down every single time he would use one. Mm-hmm. I was like, how many does he have?
We had them all for a while. You had them all wrote down for a bit.
I don't know where that list went. It's probably at the house.
It's going to be Jake's going to have to jump all over that this year.
Got to have it.
I heard him and Dylan talking on that broadcast, which, by the way, great job. If you guys haven't subscribed to the Sylvan Hills Sports Network, please do. And, again, Sylvan Hills and Marion will face off later this year, both 6A members. But that Sylvan Hills, Jake, Dylan, those guys do a phenomenal job as well. They're going to be a lot of fun to listen to this season. So they'll take the snap here. Gray looks right now back to his left. Got a lot of time. Goes over the middle, threw it behind Cheers. And Cheers actually is the one that tackled Candler on the play.
How does the judo throw incorporate itself into football when the receiver is given the judo throw?
So, again, a good job by the Hornets to get a stop. Gave up a 1st down, but then a penalty. A couple big plays in the backfield brings up another 4th down. And
Candler just got baptized.
With 6:36 to go here in the half, Hornets are going to get another chance on offense. So Timmons back deep to return the punt here.
Cheers isn't exactly a small guy, though. So
Not at all.
6 foot, what is he, 6'3"?
Yeah.
Does he have any D1 offers?
Not that I'm aware of.
It's crazy.
But I'm sure they'll come.
He's got the size for sure and definitely the speed.
They'll be coming. It won't be long. So Marion set, ready to punt. Hornets getting a couple guys out there late.
Watch his delivery.
That one's away. Short end over end kick. As Timmons says, get away from it. Ball bounces and it'll roll its way inside the 30. It'll be down at the 28-yard line, and that's where the Hornets will start this possession with 6:22 to go in the first half.
You know, I've never seen many high schools that have a very strong punt game.
No.
And then there was Little Rock Christian a couple years ago.
When
we first started doing this, it was like That dude just kicked the ball from the 35-yard line and went through the uprights like it was no problem. Where'd they get him, and what college did he come from to go play high school ball?
I tell you now, we've got a ninth grader on his way up. I don't think they'll play him up this year, but he's going to be a weapon for the senior high in the next 3 years after this. I was watching him kick in practice on Monday, and he can boot it.
Can he punt it?
I hadn't seen him punt, so I'm not sure about that, but I know he can kick it off a tee.
Was it Desmond Williams punted real well last year?
So Devine in at running back. Yeah, he had some moments. Devine, as Pierce picks it up now over the middle, and he threw it behind his receiver. He wanted Newell.
I think that is starting part of the problem right now for Weston. He has not got a clean snap.
Who is that at center? Is that 63? So that's Xavier Maldonado, the sophomore, 6'4", 265. Kid. Good
Small
size.
Kid. Small guy.
And that is Maldonado.
According to Hootens, everybody on our line can play center.
Well, they probably can. They'll interchange them quite a bit.
They're all Swiss Army knives. Other thing he said.
Oh, okay.
Footnotes. Cliff notes, which one you call it.
Pierce gets the snap, looks left, now back to his right, and a whistle.
Hey, don't you touch him.
And let's see, I think it was a timeout. No, false start. It was another PI roofing penalty. There it is on the other side of the field. So false start on the Hornets, and that'll back them up 5. And so instead of second 10, it'll be second down and 15.
That'll cost them a nickel. Same thing.
So getting, not only is Coach Mott making his debut at head coach, but offensive coordinator Carter Burcham making his debut at OC. And I know that talking to Weston Pierce's dad, that Weston's excited to be working with Carter. Feels like he's simplified the offense for him a little bit. Pierce got his man on the hook. Nice route, and he dropped it. Couldn't bring it in. That was a good route. But Barham, he just couldn't bring it down.
Pierce is not getting any help from his receivers right now. Got to catch the ball.
They wanted the curl. It would have made it manageable, about 3rd and 5. And instead, you got 3rd and 15 here, and you're going to have to try to get it and push it down the field.
Draw play.
Aaron Weatherford, good to see my buddy Aaron, voice of the Robinson Sports Network, joining us on the broadcast.
He's a pro.
Man, you are not kidding. Natural. Now Pierce got an open man. That ball's going to be caught trying to shake a defender, and he couldn't. Be pulled down immediately. It might have been Newell. I couldn't tell for sure on the catch.
A long way over there.
Get him up. It's going to be 4th and 10. The Hornets are going to punt. That was Elijah Newell on that catch. But Bart Burcham, a graduate of Arkansas Tech, played quarterback there at Arkansas Tech. He passed for over 2,100 yards in his career, a little over 300 rushing yards, and played high school ball at Greenbrier. I believe he spent a little bit of time on Greenbrier's staff before being hired by Coach Maupin here at Maumelle. So Rogers, a much better kick this time out of Rogers, as Kearney will make the catch falling down at the 39-yard line, and that's where the Patriots will start this drive with 5:25 to go in the first half. Officials being friendly with the spot as they move the ball to the 40.
What happened was Rogers came over and watched a YouTube video on the sideline. It looked like he hurt his shoulder punting the football.
Rogers is starting to rack up the offers. He's got offers from Grambling, North Alabama, ULM, and Memphis.
How do you hurt your shoulder punting a football? He seriously, look.
He's had some issues with his wrist, shoulder area.
His right shoulder. Like,
did he,
like his whole arm is like dead. He's got Band-Aid down there checking it out.
He had to have
Speaking
an MRI.
of Band-Aid, hey, look out.
Did he?
Was it wrist MRI, though?
Yeah, I wonder if maybe he just had some contact on that play. I see him working on his shoulder area. I wonder if
you're too big. Too big. You cannot be hurt.
All right, so the Patriots back on offense as Gray.
Pain is temporary.
And I can't tell if that's still Jalen Smith at running back right behind him. So run out of the pistol here. Gray, he's going to get the snap. He'll hand this one to the left. That is Smith. Smith over the left side, bounds off of his own offensive lineman. A little battle going on between Whitley and the offensive lineman. Love to see that.
Whitley told
Johnny Miller,
who was boss, like, look here, this is my Hornet. You're going to stay here.
Whitley wants the pancakes.
Wants or wants to give?
He wants pancakes.
Have some syrup.
However he's got to get them.
Have some syrup. That was still the best thing you've ever done at the show.
That was
Kelby,
fantastic.
we brought you a special dish.
Ooh.
That was a little lucky.
And guess who is in the middle of another one with Miller over there? Whitley and Miller are going at it.
I think he just got warned by the ref.
Well,
He's like, what'd I do?
He played all the way to the whistle. It was a good job by Whitley. That's a first down, though, an Acre Pharmacy first down for the Patriots.
Watch the replay. Well, not a replay. We're a little tiny.
The delay.
The delay. We get this.
Yeah, a little late. We can get off camera on it. But yeah.
Slinging here.
All right, so Gray ready with Smith behind him. Cheers is here on the near side by himself. Single coverage with Rawls. We'll see if they take a shot at him. Gray gets it, and he hands this one to Smith. A lot of room on the right side, but Mcgarrett plugged that one up, makes the tackle.
Catch him and hang on.
But give them 5 as another nice gain for Marion as they're starting to find a little room downhill in this second quarter.
Defense might be getting a little tired. They're on the field a lot.
Yeah, the offense hasn't been able to sustain a drive, Andy, and that's starting to maybe wear on this defense. They have done a good job, though, of rotating the defensive line.
The line's been real strong.
New running back.
Into the backfield for sure.
Number 2, Brian Weatherspoon, is now the back for Marion. High snap. Gray brings it down and through this one. Boy, I thought Beats was going to get his hands up on that
That's
one.
what I was looking at. Beats, how good is your vertical? Never seen you jump. Never seen you play around the basketball court. Always come in with a hoodie and a backpack on.
So Young enters the game as well as Caden Sherman. A lot of young guys playing on that line for the Hornets right now. So 3rd and 5 is that one's handed to the right side. Weatherspoon, big hole, and I think he's got enough for the Acre Pharmacy first down, and he does.
Couldn't get that one for tripping, though.
So he got just over the 41, and that'll be enough for a first down. So the Patriots moving the ball here with 3.5 to go in the first half.
This is what we need to do, but we can't do it right this second. Sustained drive.
Yeah, it would definitely help, and I promise you, at the half,
We'll have a talk about that.
Have a conversation about trying to figure out how to find some consistency here and sustain something. That's our longest drive. Been, 6 plays, maybe 7?
Maybe.
Now a timeout.
Maybe 7 plays.
Now a timeout by the Patriots here with 3:13 to go in the first half.
That depends on if you include the ones that would count the penalties.
Yeah. I see the is that little mop out there running doing the water?
It's got to be.
It is. One of them.
Mini mop.
Yep, mini mop.
We had a little bullet. We got a mini mop.
Yeah. So a few questions on this team. Obviously, we won't see these questions being answered here tonight, but I think obviously, number one, Mop inherits a good group of athletes. Now, some younger guys outside of a few of the upperclassmen like Whitley and Rogers and Pierce, some big mainstays, big cornerstone pieces of this program this year. But I think my biggest question this season for this Maumelle team, and maybe it's 1A, 1B, number one, from an individual standpoint, will Amari Rogers reach that immense potential? Coach Mop really believes he will, and I believe he's going to have that opportunity to really show out and in this offense and on this team. So that's number one. Big question for me is what are we going to get out of Amari Rogers this year?
I think that's the addressing the elephant in the room.
Right? So 5 wide here and a quick whistle and another PI roofing penalty flag on the field. Curious to see what that play was going to be. Maybe a screen as Gray immediately looked to the right, almost like they're trying to use Cheers as a decoy on the left side over there. Another question for this team is just how well they're going to handle the adversity that's going to come their way throughout the year. We saw it last year. A
struggle.
Finally kind of let go of the rope there once you got to that PA game. And, that's just kind of what happened. So we'll see how this team handles adversity this season under new staff. Whitley backs up into coverage. Quick look to the right, and then he wanted Cheers, but instead a lot of room in the middle. Penalty flag gets thrown. Pretty sure that's going to be a hold as the PI roofing flag down at the 42-yard line. And so that should back him up.
Back.
You think Ashton Gray knew that? He went to the ground real quick in that run.
Might as well. No point.
I think he knew what that flag was for. He ran right in behind it.
Yeah, might as well just go ahead and sit down. No reason getting hit here. Nope.
Another reminder, you guys, make sure you have subscribed to the channel. I issued a challenge on the Robinson game And I'll be curious to see how the subscriber numbers go as we get through the season. But you don't want to be the low man on the totem pole when it comes to subscriber numbers by the end of the year on the PCSSD Sports Network. I'll give those subscriber numbers here in a minute, but Maumelle, being the last game of the week, was at the bottom end, so let's change that and get some subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. That's a hold it young, and they do call it. Now trying to run him down is great, showing off that 4.6 speed. Let him run it all the way to the house in this situation. Don't wear yourself out as this one's coming back. But Gray with the touchdown, that's a 53-yard score by Gray, but it's coming back.
That's just
and you can see Mop. He's waving directions here, pointing them all the way back.
That's a no-down leg burner.
Yeah. And that's your quarterback. If anybody that you
please
let him
burn
run
those legs out. Well, he's a 16, 17-year-old kid. I don't know if it's possible. Us, on the other hand, we wouldn't have made it that far.
I'd have been done in the first quarter, fellas.
I wouldn't have made it the first quarter. I'd have hobbled across, like, the white part of the field line there on the sideline, and I'd have been in trouble. All right, it's hot outside. I'm sweating. Throw me the ball. Give me some water.
The PI roofing penalty was a hold. That'll back it up, and it is first down all over again, and it is first and, well.
You see who they were holding?
Pretty much the entire football field. Yeah, it was Young. Young was about to take him down. This defensive line looks good here so far.
So see Young line up at defensive end at this point.
So 5 wide this time. Trips to the near side. 2 to the left. They'll go to Cheers. Cheers makes the catch. They got 2 guys in front of him. Cheers delivers a blow.
Wow.
That is number 2, DeMontre Clegg, who caught the ire of Cheers. That'll bring up second down and still well over 20 here. A long way to go.
Second and 20. He made up 9.
27, it looks like. Second down and 27, if I can add.
You remember, well, yeah, this is where we got into that trouble.
Yeah, well, let's not bring that up.
Well.
Now Gray hands this one to the right Smith, and the Hornet defensive line waiting for him that time. As I see Mcgarrett in there on that one, as well as that's 62. Kylan Vance in on that play as well. And a timeout by the Hornets here with 2:28 to go in the first half.
Definitely like seeing what Mop's doing with this defensive line right now.
You know,
in and out, testing who he's got out there, see what he's got and what his best combo is going to be. Looks like Young for sure, defensive tackle, has got a lot of speed, and he's definitely picked a matchup on that guard and tackle on that side, and he is beating him almost every time.
Yeah, you've got him listed at 6'1", 202. He looks a little thicker than 202 out there. Maybe it's just, I don't know.
He ate his Wheaties over the summer.
Something.
This was done in the spring.
Yes.
Spring weight.
Well, now these I got directly from Coach, so I don't know when they weighed these guys, but
spring.
Yeah, we'll say spring.
Spring weight.
So, but I like so far. I've seen some good things out of Gurney. You know, at linebacker, you know what you got. You know, I mean, you know how good you're going to be there. But this defensive line, as they've done, to your point, Andy, they've done a lot of shifting in and out, and really enjoyed to see the rotation. And again, now a new defensive line out there this time. Now Beats has probably been the mainstay. He's played a lot at that other end spot.
Sophomore.
Yeah. Think about how young these guys are. There's a lot of sophomores rotating in there.
I still want to see him play running back a couple times.
So Young, Rogers, Beats, and I believe Sherman in there right now. So Gray, he's going to roll to the right. He's got Kearney up over the middle instead. Oh, he's got Cheers open, and Cheers makes the catch. Good route by Cheers. He makes a man miss. That's Rawls. And now Cheers is going to go all the way for the cornerstone Lending touchdown. And the Patriots lead this one 13-0.
How does the offensive lineman tackle Amari Rogers back here? He tackled the defensive player. Literally laying on top of him, they don't call it. Right here.
Depends on the situation.
Oh, no. Oh, this right here. Let me just take you to ground.
Well, that's okay. I mean, they look like it was footwear. I couldn't tell it really well, but I think he went down, and then you can lay on him, and you can hold him down. He's got to work his way out, but another cornerstone touchdown for the Patriots here with 2:14 to go in the half, and they'll an extra point away from making it 14-0.
That's rough out of a timeout.
Well, give Marion a lot of credit with the play design as they ended up getting Cheers with a linebacker on him, and that's a mismatch all day long.
He's a mismatch with almost anyone on him, though. It's a problem.
He is.
Think he just fixed that average?
Yeah, I think he corrected it.
That's his second catch, wasn't it?
Yes.
Thought so. He's over his average now. Great.
So tough one there. Rawls has got to do a little better job breaking down and making a tackle in that situation. But, again, you're almost in no man's land with a guy like Donnie Cheers coming at you like that. He's such an athletic specimen and very fluid with the ball in his hands.
He's a good one.
Again, you guys, hey, make sure you hit the thumbs up for me as well if you're enjoying the broadcast. And looks like our subscriber numbers are growing slowly, up over 50 to 51. I'm going to put the challenge out there. Can we hit 100 before the night's over? I just want to hit 100 tonight because last I checked, it was Robinson with like 130, Sylvan Hills with like 94. So if we could be the second network channel to hit over 100, that would be fantastic. So Patriots getting ready to kick this one off. Timmons and Rawls will be back deep to return. Again, dead kicking game, so where it's touched is where the possession will start. Let's see. So total subscribers numbers right now. Robinson, 131. Sylvan Hills, 94. Mills, 65. And Maumelle, we are at 60. So if you're watching right now, hit subscribe, and let's jump over 100. So this kick's going to go out of bounds. That'll draw another PI roofing penalty, and the Hornets will start this drive from the 35-yard line.
It's actually at 74, 80.
Total subscribers numbers right now, Robinson. You're looking at live on right now.
Yeah.
82. So if every one of you hit the subscribe button, we'll get over 100. Will, don't ruin my dreams back there. Stop bursting my bubble. Yeah, I'm going to be glad when you're over at Sylvan Hills.
I will too.
Stuck in the little press box.
A big thanks as our new producer on the controlling everything behind us, Kayla Fletcher. We appreciate Kayla being a big part of our broadcast now, and part of this Maumelle Sports Network team. And we're excited to have her on as our new producer. And we're going to kick Will to the curb and send him over to Sherwood. So Joyner will join Pierce in the backfield. Say that 3 times fast. As Pierce takes the snap, hands it to Joyner. And boy, that's one Pierce probably wants to go, hey, I'm going to take that out of your belly. Jalen, as that Marion was all in the backfield on that one. So with 2 minutes to go in the half, Hornets continue to struggle on offense.
It's like a combination lock we can't figure out right now.
Yeah.
Or a puzzle.
Be sure to join us for the Akel's Wholesale Halftime Show. We don't have much to talk about from around the state. There's not a lot of games, but I'm sure we can fill some time with something, Andy. Just turn it into a podcast.
Yeah.
Pierce fakes the handoff. He looks over the top and wanted Newell nearly intercepted. He threw that into a lot of traffic, and
I was wondering about that.
Pierce took a shot. He's helped up, and I hate to say it, but you're starting to – it almost feels like Weston is getting a little frustrated and trying to force some stuff right now.
I think you're on it 100%, Mr. Henson.
All right, now you just sound like Randy Rainwater talking to me.
Mr. Henson. I think you change the voice on that one. Yeah, come on, man.
All right, so Joyner to the left side of Pierce.
I'll get
a lot of pressure. They're going to go with the screen. Joyner catches, got a lot of room in front of him, cuts to his left, stumbles, and goes down at the 26. And a late penalty. Did we clear out on that one? Is that going to be on the Hornets?
I don't know, but the turf monster got him.
Late PI roofing penalty, and maybe we're going to get a late hit on Marion. Let's see what the call is.
Hit on a defenseless.
Maybe helmet to helmet. I don't know. Multiple flags came quickly.
And they're in the area of where he was tackled.
Mop's got that intense hand on his hips look as he awaits the call.
Mop's got that I'm going to make people run after the game look on his face.
Hey, I'll tell you, Coach Lee had his entire team doing up-downs in the end zone at the end of that game against Bauxite last night.
Burpees.
He was not happy with the way that game ended.
I wouldn't be either.
So as we await the call, a lot of discussion here. Again, remember, for our officials, it's a benefit game too, so they're getting the kinks worked out just like all of us are.
Never seen officials wear shorts. It's kind of interesting.
I saw it in the Robinson game. I thought it was different.
Is this a new uniform?
They look like they're about to walk this off against Marion. This is going to be maybe benefit. They're pointing that
Yep.
way, so this looks like it's going to be on Marion.
Get 15 of them.
Hornet offense staying on the field. That's going to be a gift because it'll be a first down. And they are going to walk it off.
15.
Call is unsportsmanlike conduct. Oh, a horse collar tackle. It looked like no.
How?
So we just
He pointed the wrong way.
he pointed both ways.
Can we get a mic?
He walked it off. Now he's walking it back. I'm really confused as to what we
You
got
don't
going
even-
on here. That poor official's having to do a lot of walking for nothing right now. He
Why?
walked it 15. He walked it 15 that way and then walked it like 8 back this way. I don't know what we're doing, fellas.
Is that a new rule?
And now another whistle to talk about things. A timeout,
Timeout.
Marion.
Can we get an official?
Jim, where's Jim?
I don't want
Where's Jim
I
Ashley?
don't need a Jim. I need to know what the penalty that was called was. Can y'all have a microphone, please?
It looked like offsetting. I thought it was offsetting. I thought you had an unsportsmanlike and then a personal foul.
But if you have that, it would offset and the ball. It would be a replay of the down.
Unless one was post possession.
What do you
Well, now it's 4th down, so I don't.
back it up?
I can, but it's a little.
Well, we're gonna get in trouble.
Went back a minute.
Okay.
My wife, Kristen Henson, out on our field cam again.
Doing a
So
great job.
not doing too bad.
Okay, so what are the calls? 2 penalties.
That's the unsportsmanlike. She moved off of it, but
She did the right thing.
I'm not sure. I saw unsportsmanlike, and then I thought I saw a horse collar because he grabbed the back of his neck, and then he called a personal foul the other direction. So either way, it's 4th down and 3 here with 1:20 to go in the half. Hornets keep the offense on the field.
Let's get 3 yards, maybe 36 yards.
We got Whitley out at tight end here. Joyner with Pierce in the backfield. They'll hand it to Joyner. Joyner looking for a seam, and I think he's short.
Close.
He's going to be short.
Nope. His helmet would be good.
Yep, where the ball is, he is short, and that's going to be a turnover on downs, and Marion's going to get great field position here to end the half. Now, I wonder if, and that'd be a monumental mistake, and no, because we don't seem – I was going to say maybe we didn't realize it was 4th down there, but obviously we did. Boy, that's a tough one. Now, obviously, I don't believe we'd see that play call in a regular season game that counts.
No, this is a practice game. It's a benefit game, but it's a practice game.
Yeah, it's all. None of this counts in the grand scheme of things. But I think if you're Mop and you're Coach Burcham, you really want to figure out a way to get this offense on track here in the 3rd quarter when we come out back after halftime.
And Mari Rogers out here at defensive end.
All right, so Gray with Smith in the backfield as Gray gets the snap, looks to his left. Now over the
Look
middle.
here.
Here comes the pressure from Whitley. Couldn't get him. Now, boy, good
There's
job in the
the
pocket
danger.
by Gray. And there's the legs. And he slides down at the 14-yard line, and a big gain there of 19 for Ashton Gray.
That shows the danger right there of the wheels. Kid's got some talent for sure.
So 1st and goal here after the Acre Pharmacy first down. Gray looking to the left. Up top, wants to throw to the back of the end zone to Cheers. Oh, what a catch by Donnie Cheers in the back of the end zone for the cornerstone touchdown. And Marion leads this one now 20-0 with 43 seconds to go.
There's not many
in the
jump
first
balls
half.
he's going to lose in that situation. That was pretty much a gimme.
And not much you can do with that one as we get our delay here. We're going to be able to see a good view of this one, I believe. And yeah, good job. What a play there. And that's tough.
That's Gray's right.
That's Clegg. And again, that's 5'11 against 6'3", I believe.
6'3". Man.
Let's see. Yeah, 6'3", 190. That's tough. So the kick is up. The extra point is good. And just like that, with 43 seconds to go in the first half, Marion leads this one 21-0. So, Andy, we'll talk about this a little more during the Ackles Wholesale halftime show, but what stood out to you most about the struggles with this offense?
Yeah, well, the inability to catch a football right this second seems to be the most important thing. Second on that would be doesn't seem like the offense as a whole is giving him enough time to really get what he needs to get the pass. Like, he's not getting the ball where he needs to get it to him either. The accuracy of where he can actually get the ball to where the receiver needs to be, to where they can do something with it, is also not the greatest right now.
I feel the timing has definitely
Not great.
been off. I mean, that's been you've seen that. I mean, you've
Weston's a bunch better passer than what I'm seeing right now.
had a couple opportunities where he's had receivers that have gotten behind the defense, but then the throws have come up short.
That deep ball down the sideline to Barham was, I mean, it was pretty. He had another step or two. I mean, he's solid. The one down here that got made up on to Candler, that Smith broke up.
Yep.
One step on that one. That's a difference maker there. I mean, we're talking about a couple feet, really, on both of them.
So this one, short kick. I think it's Whitley, and it is. Whitley fields it at the 28-yard line. And with 43 seconds to go in the half, that's where the Hornets will start this possession. And if there's ever a time to try to get a little something going, why don't you do it here right before the half?
And the biggest hang up here is he doesn't really have the time to go up top with anything. Anything route-wise downfield, the line hasn't given him any time for anything long. Everything has been short and quick, and everything's been collapsed on.
And we knew coming into this, one strength for this Marion team is the defensive line. They're a very solid defensive line. And
secondary is the other strong part.
Yeah, well.
Middle of the field. The mid part is the weak part.
And on top of that, you've got an offensive line for the Hornets. It's a bunch of, all new guys. It's all sophomores. None of these guys started a game last year. So
none.
We'll see.
0.
Growing pains as you go here, down 21-0. Now Newell was in motion. He made
snap.
Yeah. Pierce now looking. You just got to get rid of it to Newell, and no one was open. And to your point, Andy, another bad snap.
Well, I mean, you're running away from where you're throwing the ball to. You're not going to be accurate when you're throwing it like that. Like I said, Weston's he showed himself last year. He's a good quarterback.
So 2nd and 10 here, 38 seconds to go in the half. As Pierce, it looks like Crawford back in at running back beside him, as Rogers will come to the near side here in the slot. 2 receivers to each side. Pierce barking out some orders as they try to get Newell lined up. I think that's Newell on the other far side of the field. Now Pierce will hand it, brought it back. This is Newell on the near side. Newell one-on-one, makes the catch, going to be slung out of bounds. But that'll be enough for an Acre Pharmacy first down for the Hornets out to the 37-yard line.
See, that wasn't a bad little play there. You had just a second to get enough to it, and you're going to have to beat that up, though, every time.
And I think to your point, Andy, that's what they need to work on in the second half is maybe some of these short throws like that to try to get some confidence under Weston, because I think we noticed it a drive or two ago that he was maybe trying to force some and maybe getting a little frustrated.
It's not just the quarterback confidence, though. You got to get in the receivers, too.
Well, absolutely, yeah. Now Pierce, he fakes it to the right. He'll run to the right. Looking, he's got Timmons. That's where he goes. And, oh, boy, Timmons had done a good job to sit in the zone, but a great play by Victor Turner to flash in front of that and knock it away for the Patriots.
Yeah. Timmons has stayed put. Weston trying to force it, though, too.
Yeah, that was his only receiver once he rolled to the right, though. Everybody else had all the flow of that had come back to the left or the near side of the field here.
Yeah. Once you commit to it, I mean, you got to run or that, and that's it.
He might have had Newell, but that would have been an even tougher throw to get it out to Elijah. So Crawford in the backfield here on 2nd and 10, 23 seconds left in the half.
Of course, the other option there is to throw the ball away.
I didn't mind the throw. I thought Turner just made a great play to get across and knock it away. So Pierce looking to his right. Now he'll pump fake, throws. He's all over him. There's the late PI roofing flag thrown as he was all over Rawls.
He had him by the back of the shoulder pads, kind of holding him down.
Yeah, I mean, the only
he had him by the back.
Only argument was maybe it was uncatchable, but
well, it's because he's holding him down.
Yeah, you got to give him a chance to jump for it.
He went to jump twice. It looked like that.
And they'll call defensive holding, not pass interference, so it'll be a 5-yard penalty. Either way, it would have been a spot foul, so it wouldn't matter. Actually, it may benefit the Hornets more because I think they're going to get 10 than they do. Nope, they're walking off. Okay, they're walking off a pass interference, but he signaled a defensive holding.
It's a new signal for pass interference. They changed the signal this year.
I mean, it could have gone either way, but the ball was in the air, so PI is probably the right call. So now with 17 seconds in the half, Pierce with Crawford next to him. Pierce gets the snap. Good snap this time as Pierce looks. He's rolling to his right, trying to scramble, looking upfield, got his man a little high on the throw and was behind his receiver. It was at Barham again, and it was. And again, that's one of those where Pierce just needs to square his shoulders and get set. He had an opportunity there and threw it too far inside of Barham, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10 with 8 seconds to go.
OC's going to have to pull Pierce to the side at halftime and tell him, look, got to slow it down a little bit. You got this. Just quit trying to force it as much. You're good at this. You did it last year. You're fine.
Eric Young had to come off the field there exhausted, playing both ways as Sam Stevens replaces him on the offensive line. So Pierce, he'll have trips to the near side as Whitley is the inside man here. Pierce looks to Burcham. He'll get the audible call. They like it. Pierce steps back. They'll go, oh, boy, you got to make that throw as Crawford
loop it out there.
Wheeling out there with 4 seconds. They were just going to try to get a little closer for maybe a Hail Mary to the end zone.
But you know what you're going to get now.
Yeah. And I'd be surprised if we don't see unless 11 is unavailable. And I don't see him down there. And also Cato, another guy. Cato doesn't have a helmet on as he's walking around the sidelines here. So got to expect the deep ball.
I haven't seen Cato yet.
No, Cato hadn't played at all. And walking around with his helmet on is not going to help his cause. And this may be a double pass. Nope, they're going to go to Crawford. Crawford made the catch, and he'll across the 40. They were trying maybe a little razzle-dazzle, and Timmons got rolled up. I think he's okay.
His
He's
front
fine.
of his foot was down. He's fine.
So Timmons gets up, some jawing from the Marion defenders after the play, but that's going to do it for the first half of play, and a first half dominated by the Marion Patriots as we head to the half. 21-0 Marion leads. We'll be back with the Ackles Wholesale Halftime Show here in just a few minutes. All right, welcome back, Hornet fans, to Maumelle Hornet football on the Maumelle Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports. And we are back. We're about 4 minutes away from the start of the second half. Oh, I took my hat off, and now my headset doesn't fit well.
Because you got a big head.
I do have a huge head. No one's arguing that at all. But, boy, conspiracy theorists would be having a field day with those lines in the sky out there right now, folks. So starting to get a nice little sunset behind us, obviously, with the way the red is turning on this side of the
I don't see red.
Oh, I forget you're colorblind. My goodness.
It's orange and
gracious.
green.
No fun. Can't have any fun with you.
Nope, that's for sure. I'm broken. Nobody wants me.
All right, so tough first half offensively for the Hornets. Really, Andy, I'll get your thoughts here, but I mean, you look at what we were – just no consistency offensively. They couldn't really move the ball. I don't have any stats in front of me, but if we have 100 yards of offense to this point, it'd be a miracle, I think.
50.
Yeah, you're right. But really, 3 big plays really hurt the Hornets in the first half, but to be expected when your offense has got, 2, 3, maybe 3 first downs in the entire first half.
Stagnant would be the first word I could come up with. Like you said, can't really sustain a drive. Low snaps, in my opinion, are killing it to start. Like I said, he can't get the ball to where it's allowing him to start. Lacking a word there. Lacking a word. He can't get the ball where he wants it to be to actually start into his motion the way he wants it. I think that's frustrating him, honestly.
The timing is definitely off because of that, and that's something that they're going to have to work on quite a bit as you go into next week in that Sylvan Hills game, and as we kind of look forward to that game against Sylvan Hills. I mean, Sylvan Hills is probably down a little bit. They lost a lot from last year's team.
Yes,
They do return starting quarterback Gavin Tyner. So to have a guy like Tyner running that flex bone offense for a second straight year is going to help them. I got to watch parts of that broadcast. Well, I've watched most all of it back, and again, the one thing that you see out of Sylvan Hills is exactly what you expect. They run those sweeps to perfection. They're able to get outside. They had several big runs, and really the only thing that hurt Sylvan Hills in that game was penalties. Penalties brought back a lot. They had a lot of big plays brought back. And that's kind of been the theme, and things that you would expect in benefit weeks is a lot of yellow on the fields, and we've seen that in the Robinson game. I don't remember exactly, but I feel like we had 4 or 5 touchdowns called back in that game for Robinson. Even though they won by 21, they probably could have won that game by 30-plus. And so everybody's working all the kinks out. We've said that a lot this week, absolutely. And we've said that a lot this week, whether it's our broadcast or the action on the field. And so, again, as we look forward to that, that's going to be an interesting test, an interesting matchup. Polar opposites of what this offense at Marion wants to do. Marion obviously going to spread you out and try to get their quarterback in space and find Donnie Cheers and use their athletes, whereas Sylvan Hills wants to fight it in a phone booth. But something that we saw from that Sylvan Hills game, and if you go back and watch it, and I highly recommend that as we get prepped for next week, jump over to Sylvan Hills Sports Network and watch that game back and just kind of get an idea of how unique that offense will be that Coach Chris Hill is going to bring to the game next Friday night. Yeah, for his third year there. But something that I thought was interesting that we saw them do a couple of times in that game is Gavin Tyner is a pretty accurate passer. And they caught – it wasn't a lot, but I think they did it 3 times, and all 3 times they had a guy wide open and they scored a touchdown on 1, maybe 2 of them. So they're going to test you. They're going to test your discipline. They're going to test your eye discipline. And again, another 6A program that we're going to have to go up against next week. Not doing yourselves any favors as you go into that week 0 matchup after playing a really good 6A team in Marion here, the 8th-ranked team in the state, according to Hootens.
Yeah, I think that other thing I was trying to think of there with Weston for sure was that 4 to 5 other things in white jerseys.
Yes.
Opposing his line that might have something to do with the inaccuracy right now.
Yep. And to be fair, this is likely a team that you're so young on the offensive line. We're going to learn a lot about this team through these 3 non-conference games.
You're also talking about a team on the other side that's 2 years to the semifinals of the state.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're not a slouch by any means. Like you said, the 8th-ranked team in 6A,
yeah.
2 years state semifinalist.
And picked to finish 3rd in the East this year. I mean, this is a team that's likely headed right back to the playoffs
with
again.
With the talent they have, very well could be right back in the same spot.
Yep, and again, a good team. 6-7 last year, 4th in their conference, and Lance Clark has done a good job with this Marion team. Again, strengths for them, and we've seen it, a very good secondary, very experienced and talented defensive line, and so you got to believe that if anything that Coach is seeing here and the corrections he can make, he knows that if there was ever a test that his offensive line needed, this is it. We've seen them pass it a few times. We've seen them fail the test a few times. We'll see what they do here in the third quarter. I believe the plan will be to see some of the subs in the fourth quarter, so you'll see a lot here in the third, and we'll probably see starters again in the third, the lights.
We work on this no-word communication stuff.
Yeah.
Lights. Yeah, there we go.
So
so much better. Thank you.
teams make their way out onto the field as we get ready for our Akel's second half kickoff. I want to say thanks to the folks over at Akel's Wholesale for sponsoring our kickoffs and our halftime show this season on the Maumelle Sports Network. And a big thanks to them for their second year of support of Maumelle Hornet football and the Maumelle Sports Network.
So we're going to get the opportunity to get on the board first here in the second half.
Well, and to that point, Andy, this would be a great time to do it. Let's find just a little bit of momentum. And, again, you know, the record won't change. You'll be 0-0 when this game ends. But if you can get back into this game tied up, get a win, or at least, you know, make this more respectable at the end, I think you're going to feel a lot better going into that Week 0 matchup.
Captain Whitley laid onto the field there.
So this Akel kickoff is deep, going to be fielded at the 15-yard line, and that's where the Hornets will start here on their first possession of the second half.
I think the Hornets are also going to have to find that spark, that one player that's kind of a little bit different, kind of like what we found a little late in a couple games in last year.
Andy,
kind of exploded.
Andy, I'm just going to have to tell you, though, guy.
What do you got?
The word spark has been outlawed in my vocabulary since a certain head coach was at the University of Arkansas.
Oh,
and I'm sick and tired of hearing that phrase. So
that's kind of like the other phrase where we have to just put it on the shoulder. We're not even talking about
Will,
that
could you
left
just
lane.
go on ahead to Sylvan Hills now?
Yeah. Go ahead. I can't bear you anymore, Will.
All right, so Pierce will hand this one to Crawford the first play of the second half, and much like the first half, the Hornets go in reverse, a loss of 1 on that play.
Got to get past those first 4 guys.
So good group again watching, about 63 watching us live right now.
Come back.
And you guys, again, can't say it enough, hit that subscribe button and make sure that you are subscribed so you don't miss any game this year. This will be the place to find every single Maumelle Hornet game, home and away this season.
All of them.
Now Pierce looking to his right. That ball is going to be caught. Nice block out in front as Barham, I believe, was the man with the catch. Barham gets 5, maybe 6 yards, and that'll bring up a third and manageable here from the 30-yard line. So left foot spot. It will be 3rd down and 5 for the Hornets.
Weston's 1-1 this half.
Say big thanks again to all the Patriot fans who are joining us tonight. Got a few in there. Ryan Robinson, can't stop little brother DC3. I would agree. He's one of the better ones on the field. And look at this throw by Pierce. And what a throw by Weston Pierce 31. As he finds Timmons out at the 49-yard line and a gain of 14 on the play.
Weren't you talking about Timmons catching everything that was thrown his way earlier?
Absolutely, and that was a great route by Timmons to find the hole in the zone.
Weston dropped that one in his pocket,
He
though.
did. That's a tough throw, too, the way he was moving. Did a good job squaring himself up, making a beautiful
if Timmons had a pocket on his jersey, he did it like this right here, and the ball fell in it.
That was a good-looking throw by Weston Pierce. Now Weston looks, and, boy, they were trying to screen. Marion blew that one up with the pressure real quick, right up the middle.
That'd be where Brett Favre would have spiked the ball off the defensive lineman's face mask right there.
What was that, 30? Is it 38? It's Cam Brown who had the pressure on Pierce there.
Just blitzing that ball right to the mask. You can just stop that, sir.
So 2nd and 10 here as Pierce gets the snap. A low snap. He gave it to Crawford. Crawford lost the football. Ball's still out. Marion falls on it, and the Patriots get the first turnover of the ball game.
It's a bad play from the start.
And again, to your point at halftime, Andy, the low snap really took the timing off of that play. And the handoff to Crawford was not clean, and Crawford just lost it as he went across midfield. Marion recovers it. It'll be 1st and 10 for Marion at the 49-yard line.
Transition from the center to the quarterback.
Yeah,
They've got to get there. Somebody's got to work that. It's got to be fixed.
Again, a young offensive line that you're working with, but got to get that fixed.
How many practices you've got multiple people who can snap it. You got to find somebody that can do it right every time.
All right, so Gray in the backfield with Smith to his left. He'll hand it. Nope, kept it. And now Gray going to take off. He's got blockers in front of him. He's right behind Cheers, splits the defense inside the 20, all the way down to the 15-yard line goes Ashton Gray. And that's another big gain of 37 yards for Gray, and it's going to be 1st and 10 after the Acre Pharmacy first down at the 14-yard line for the Patriots.
We tackled the guy they faked with real well. Fail.
So first down here for the Patriots, 10-19 to go, and now all the momentum on the Patriots sideline here in this one.
They had a nice little crowd show up for a benefit game for sure for that much of a drive.
They really do. So Gray gets the snap, looks to the right.
Everybody.
Now this pressure coming, and he has to flip it out to Smith. That ball bounced in, incomplete. And good job there as Whitley, amongst others, were in the backfield chasing Gray down on that one.
Entire defensive line and a linebacker. Of course, I think it might have been designed. We kind of slipped down there. Or they kind of slipped down.
So quickly here as
Pistol formation again, like you always like.
Gray. 2 receivers to the far side. Cheers is the lone receiver to the near side. They'll give it away to Smith. He found a big hole. Breaks a tackle at the 10 inside the 5. Just dragging folks on ankle tackles into the end zone. And another cornerstone home lending touchdown for the Patriots makes it 27-0.
I like cornerstone home lending. I don't like their touchdowns right now, though.
Big thanks to our guy Dio Vanucci in Cornerstone Home Lending. Dio's been a great supporter of Hornet Athletics as well as Natural State Sports over the last several years. And he is back with us again across the entire PCSSD Sports Network as the sponsor of our touchdowns. What is this? Are we doing the drop kick? Oh, no, here comes the holder. Thought we were going to do a drop kick there for a minute.
Swinging gate.
As Kearney had to go over and get the tee and I guess he said no.
You don't need a tee. It's a fake kick anyway. It's a simulated kick this time.
Now Kearney ready. He'll get the snap, puts it down, kick is up, low, but just got over the crossbar. And that makes it 28-0 Patriots with 9:48 to go here in the third.
You call that a worm burner?
We saw one in the Robinson game. That was their first
helmet.
one. No, it floated so slow that it looked like it was just this kick that was really going a long way. But then it was like somebody shot the ball in midair and it just stopped and fell and hit the crossbar from an extra point from the 3.
Like a knuckleball.
I think you missed that one there, son.
Boom, boom. Did it even make a sound? Have a great sound when it hit the bar?
We couldn't hear anything, but
it was like a pillow hitting something.
Yeah, it couldn't have had much sound to it at all.
It's probably one of the greatest sounds ever, unless you're the kicker and on offense, and it's like a game-winning kick, and then you don't win.
Yes.
It's the worst sound ever.
Yes. All right, we got the big kicker out for the kickoff here for the Patriots as we're set for our Akel's Wholesale kickoff.
Heavy hitter kicker.
Big number 58. That is.
Think he's going to drive it?
Carius Kern to kick this one off. Timmons.
Bringing out the big leg.
And Rawls, I believe. And that ball is kicked straight at Rawls. Rawls took a minute to even realize it was coming. He'll pick it up.
It's a football.
And the Hornets will start this drive from the 25-yard line.
Got to get down there with the line, figure out what's going on with the snaps. I don't know why they're not working on that between possessions here, offensive possessions.
Definitely Coach Hines and Coach White going to have their work cut out with them with this young offensive line. And so see if they make any changes. And actually it looks like a lot of changes as I think Pierce is off the field, and he is, as Barham will go in at quarterback for the Hornets.
Well, this is an interesting change.
So Barham is the backup quarterback. We'll see what they try to do with the offense with Barham. He drops the first snap. And, oh, boy, and Barham may not be the backup. I think they had
a wildcat package.
Yeah, maybe that's what that was. I'm looking down on the sideline. Weston is not in a position where it looks like he's going to be coming back on the field, though. Does have his helmet on.
He's standing beside Coach.
No, he's kind of down here at the end talking with a couple of linemen.
I see now.
So Barham claps for the snap. He'll get another. That one just rolls to him. Barham going to try to run it up the middle. Barham gets hit, breaks a tackle out to the 29-yard line. So nice gain that time of about 7. And that'll bring up, I'll make it 5. It'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
It's called abandon all plays in the first 2 quarters and go schoolyard.
We got Christian Clay at running back as well. So the Hornets have definitely pulled the starters. I got enough to talk about here. So some young guys out there getting an opportunity here in the 3rd. They'll hand this one off to Clay. Or sorry, not Clay. Christian Clay. That is Clay. And Marion stuffs that one in the backfield.
4th down.
That'll bring up a very quick 3 and out for the Hornets. Let's see if they decide to punt. I actually move this one forward. It'll be 4th down and 3.
Why?
And let's see if they decide to keep the offense. It looks like they will. And a good opportunity to give the backups a little bit of game experience here. With 8 minutes to go, 8:15 to go in the 3rd. So Barham gets the snap, runs into Clay. Now he's going to keep it to the left. He's got to get north-south or he has the first down. I think he dove enough to get it. That's a left foot spot, so that's going to be an Acre Pharmacy first down.
He had it easy had he cut upfield the first time instead of going out.
And you see Mop. He is letting him know that. Mop's explaining to him, like, that's some good coaching there in this scenario.
Absolutely.
You saw that. You just trust your keys, trust your block, stay inside, get the first down. It's 4th down. Nothing matters if you don't get across the 35.
He was on the other side of the 40. Easy.
Oh, without a doubt.
Easy on the other side of the 40 with that.
And that's just that.
He got lucky to get that first down.
Yeah. So Barham's going to take the snap again. He'll get it. Rolls to his right.
Run it.
Barham looking. He wants to throw it deep, way up. Got a man. And the defender had fallen.
Oh, man.
He had a man. Who is that? Coming back. Is that Devine? No.
White gloves.
We'll wait. I'll get a turn here in a second.
8?
It looks like number 8, I believe
6
it
or
is.
8.
It's Hilliard, Karsten Hilliard. And that one almost worked out. I thought maybe bad plan.
Throw.
It was.
Especially on the run, too. Hey, now. You can't be in that sink this early. Stop.
So Barham claps. He'll get the snap. He'll hand this one away to Clay. Clay had a little seam. It closed pretty quickly. Gain of 3 on that one. He'll bring up a 3rd down and 7. Maybe 2. Make it a 2-yard gain. So 3rd down and 8.
Barham had a lot of running room on that long side of the field there last time. He made the decision to pass the ball down the field there.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him try that again. Maybe try to get him out on a naked boot, and there may be some room for him.
He had miles and miles of room, what it looked like to me on that one. Of course, from where we're at and where he's at, it looks totally different,
Another high snap. Barham controls it. He's got some room across the 40. PI roofing penalty is going to be thrown as Barham carries the pile for an Acre Pharmacy first down, but we'll wait and see what the PI roofing penalty is.
Give you one idea from where that flag is thrown, what you think it's going to be.
Personal foul face mask declined.
Where?
I'm confused as to why you would decline the face mask.
Why? Where's it at?
I don't know, but a personal foul, that's 15 yards tacked on to the end of the play. I don't know why you'd decline it.
I'm confused.
I'm with you, Andy. I'm not sure what that was.
Why do you decline a plus? It's a free 15 yards.
So an Acre first down for the Hornets as Barham fakes it. He'll run to the left, keeping this one all the way. Runs into a couple of Patriots after a gain of maybe 2 out to the 49-yard line.
I think that was a trio.
Yeah. There were 4
almost
of them
a quartet.
Yeah.
Any more than that, I can't remember what you'd call it.
Like
quintet?
Yes, I think so. So 2nd down here and 8 from the 49-yard line for Barham and the Hornets. Clay with him still at running back. Barham gets the snap. He'll hand it away to Clay, and Clay is met in the backfield on this one as the Patriots were ready for that play.
Still standing up. Let go of me. He's a pretty big back, too, though.
Yeah, Clay stands 6 foot 196. Definitely a solid running back.
It's definitely the size you want. If he's got the wheels to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's first year in the system too, though. I think he said he went to Conway last year.
That's right. You remember he was the one that came over late and actually was on the roster for the playoff game against Greenbrier, but didn't log any snaps. High snap to Barham. Does a good job bringing it down. He looks, got some room. Now he looks back over the middle. Ill-advised pass and almost made the catch. And that was number 19.
The word circus comes to mind.
That's Michael Candler. And that's a tough one. As Barham, I promise you never want your receiver to throw back across his body. That one almost worked out, though. But instead, it's going to be 4th down here from the 48-yard line. I feel like they moved his back a yard.
It's so much turf in front of him, too. I never really want a quarterback to run, but in his situation, it's like, just go.
He did have 2 linebackers bearing down on him in front of him. He may have probably been popped after a gain of 3, but
4.
Maybe, yep. So Barham takes the snap. He was going to roll to his right this time. Barham looking upfield. He's got a man open, and he overthrew him. The time he was looking for Hilliard, and he had him, just overthrew him, and another turnover on down for the Hornet offense. And with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, Marion will take over up 28-0. So another reminder to make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I've seen a few of you over on Facebook chat as well. Coach AG, good to see Coach Garland over there in the chat. And appreciate all you guys watching over there on the Facebook Maumelle Sports Network channel as well. You will be able to see the games there all year as well. And I'll do my best to keep up with the comments coming in over there during our broadcast this season. That is one very small running back in there for Marion right now.
He's a little guy.
That ball's bobbled in the backfield. Hornets coming hard, and they're going to get the sack.
Gray is no longer the quarterback.
That is not Gray. That is number 18. That is Nathan Miller, the sophomore. And 22, the running back, is Jamar Foster.
Looks like Marion has gone to the reserve pit.
And I think this was the plan. Somewhere around the third, definitely the fourth, you were going to see all the sophomores, all the young guys, JV-level guys getting a chance to play. Not really JV. 9th grade played last night at Marion. Another bobbled snap as they'll give this one away in the backfield to Foster. I'll lose a few more.
You think he panicked a little bit? Oh, no.
I tell you, I'd be panicking too with as much as this Hornet defensive line has found its way in the backfield. I know this is the second, third, maybe fourth team, some of these guys on the D-line right now, but I see Rogers.
Yeah, Whitley's down there too.
Yeah. Not good, though. Rogers, no pads on at all, so we'll keep an eye on that situation.
Yep.
That one, now they'll get the snap back. Up the middle goes the running back, Foster. He falls forward to the 45-yard line. That'll bring up a 4th down and expect the Patriots to punt this one away. Obviously, because this is a benefit game, the coaches could agree to end this thing after 3 quarters, depending on how quickly they want to try to let Marion get back to town. It is a Friday night, so no worry about school tomorrow. We'll see how much longer if they decide to play out the 4th. I would assume our 4th quarter, regardless, will be a running clock, as it's been in most of our other games. 3 of the 4 games across the PCSSD Sports Network this week have been normal games. The Jamboree-style Mills scrimmage yesterday was the only one that was a good bit different. I think the end of the Sylvan Hills game was a little different. Delay of game, yeah. The PI roofing penalty.
We checked the clock. He did not.
Now the Marion's coach is not happy about something. They're coaching hard over there, up 28-0, as you would expect from Coach Clark and his squad. So, Andy, this will be a Marion team that's going to be fun to watch, I think, in the 6A. Ashton Gray is going to be a guy that's going to make some noise in the 6A East, and they will finally get that ball just about hit the up man in the back of the head. And now Elijah touched it. He's got to chase it down to keep it dead. I think he was even confused a little bit about the situation there.
It's like, wait a minute. Do I have to go get that? Yeah, I do.
I think it skipped right off his shin.
That's the danger of doing what he was doing, though.
I'm going to jump over here to our AAA app run by SB Live. And last I checked, I know Little Rock Christian and Benton are playing in a scrimmage. Our buddy Kyle Sutherland gave us an update on Twitter. 28-7 was the last score I seen between Little Rock Christian and Benton. Little Rock Christian really handling business.
Taking care of business. Bachman Turner overdrive.
I'm going to jump over here into week 0. Maybe.
Where are you in my bank app? You on the bank app?
Yeah, no. No bank app.
That's what mine looks like.
Jump over here to the 26.
Please don't make me do play-by-play, Steve.
Hey, do play-by-play.
Oh, no. No. Only if Will helps me.
We need some backup, man.
Will, help me do play-by-play.
We get Mike down here. Mike will come do play-by-play.
Please do. I'm terrible at both of them.
High snap as Baum brings it
Up the
down, hands it
middle.
away to Clay. Clay makes a nice little move to the right, and he'll pick up about 3 on the play out to the 27-yard line.
Colt gave a nice little
28-yard line.
pancake.
Somebody's working their way for an IHOP gift card.
Watch it down. Pretty sure it's Colt. Come on. Get him on the back of it. Like, I'm going to get you.
So Barham gets the snap. He'll hand this one away to the left side. Marion waiting on that one in the backfield. That was number 44. Carter Moore on that tackle.
Sniffed that one out, didn't he?
That's 29 on the carry. That's Cameron Menzies, the sophomore running back, 5'7", 164 for the Hornets.
You got a lot of lightweight running backs for sure. Mm-hmm. They better be quick.
So as we look ahead to some of the matchups next week, Andy, across 5A, Searcy and Batesville. Batesville will be our week 1 matchup, a Thursday night game. That's going to be a game of the week over on Fearless Friday. But I hope and anticipate and expect that every one of you guys will watch us here on the Maumelle Sports Network and leave all the views to us and 0 views to those folks. Now Barham will run to the right. He wants to go deep, and he's got a man wide open, caught, and off to the races. 30, 20, 15, 10,
there we
5.
Go.
Touchdown, Hornets, as the Hornets get their first score of this scrimmage in the early season.
It's about time.
Give me a number, as I cannot tell who that was on that touchdown.
Why'd you be Cato?
I think that is Cato, as a matter of fact.
It's got to be.
That is Cato.
It's Cato.
That a boy is Cato Hunter gets his first touchdown of the season. Good to see our guy Cato Hunter get in the end zone. All right.
I kind of figured with this type of celebration that was happening, that was like the same one he did when he dunked the basketball.
Yes.
He got there and dunked it. He was like, yes. That was the same thing.
Bring on the kicking unit here. It
was almost the same thing. He just outrun everybody. Maybe he does have that 4.6 speed.
Is that a 17? I don't have a 17
that
on my
roster. That is a 17.
That might be the freshman.
It might be. And again,
there's a snap. Kick is up, and it is good. That is the freshman. And that may be a young man that does get to play up. Well, he smoked that football. That's a good-looking kick there from the I'm pretty sure that's the freshman. And don't have a name in front of me on my roster.
That's not a freshman leg.
No. And I'm telling you, watching him in practice on Monday, he can boot it. So happy for Cato there. Maybe that's what'll get Cato going here as we get through the season.
How about Cato with a touchdown?
Cato's a weapon, man. At 6'4", 185-pound junior. Obviously, we know what he brings on the basketball court.
He ran away from them.
And he did.
The guy let up, but they were both stopped pretty much, and he ran away from him. Oh, you about missed it.
About missed all that,
Broke
didn't
it
we?
all.
So big touchdown there. Barham found Hunter just hanging out behind the defense.
No goose egg tonight.
That's right. So 28-7 after that score.
Steady coaching down there. Get a lineman with him.
Go back here. That was a good-looking play, though.
That's like Cato's celebration. I've never been here before, but I'm going to be here again. Y'all watch.
Your first high school touchdown goes for what, 78 yards? Or no, 68 yards? Well, good job there as Cato Hunter.
It's a good average.
Lets me get my touchdown call a little practice. I was beginning to get worried.
First catch. It goes for a touchdown.
That's like hitting a dinger on your first major league at bat or something.
My name's Max. All I do is hit dingers. I love that kid.
This Eccles wholesale kickoff is going to be caught at the 13. And
Can't do that. Against the rules.
this drive will start from the 25 for the Patriots with 1:10 left in the third. So, looking ahead to some 5A matchups next week. Lake Hamilton and Lakeside will match up in what should be a nice little Hot Springs, Garland County battle. And then Russellville and Morrilton, 5A Central member Morrilton. First time we'll get to see them. And they'll play Russellville next week on Friday in week 0. Another 5A Central member, BB, will face off at home against Jacksonville. It's going to be interesting to see what Jacksonville brings to the table this year. So they're still in 6A, but we will not get to see. I think Sylvan Hills is all that sees Jacksonville this year.
Elijah Newell's a little late getting on the field here.
A little bit.
Like he's fast.
I don't know that this quarterback's going to throw over there anyways. They hand it up the middle.
Yep.
Oh, and look at this. Number 22, nice little cut to the left.
Good
Now
move.
back inside. Give him 9, maybe 10 yards there
9.
for Jamar Foster.
So you mentioned something about, you said Lakeside and Lake Hamilton?
Yeah.
So which school had the running back that's already committed to Arkansas?
Braylon Russell.
And he's
He's now at Benton,
isn't
yes.
he?
Yes. And I'm not sure if he is back.
Is he playing yet? Or
Well,
that's what I was asking. That's what I was thinking.
He played in the team camp over at Robinson a few weeks ago that I attended, but a young man by the name of Ashton Williams met him for Robinson, a 6-foot, 200-pound linebacker for the Robinson Senators.
Talked about him before.
He and Braylon Russell had a meeting on the field at about the third play.
Conversation?
There was no conversation. Ashton Williams laid the wood, and Braylon Russell did not come back, and has been out for 2 to 3 weeks. I believe he's going to be ready for that week 0 matchup in the Salt Bowl.
Gave him the proverbial Darren McFadden, huh?
Yes. Ashton Williams made him pay. And look at this. Look at the speed here. That's number 27.
He better have it.
Are they twins? I'm thinking
gotta
22
be.
and 27 are twins because it's Jordan and Jamar Foster, both juniors. So I'm going to bet that's a set of twins that's got all that
Put
speed
one
down
on
there.
the other one's shoulders and the size of Caleb Stroud. Or Big Baby.
Or Big Baby.
Just saying.
Oh, man.
That speed, they'd probably be at the same height.
Miller going to hand this one off to the left side now to Foster.
Who's got him?
And chasing him down. That looked like
Newell.
number 22. Was that 22? No.
12 or 22?
Maybe it was Newell. I don't think Jalen Joyner's out there playing defense this late in the game.
No. I want to say it's
That's
Newell.
the last play of the third quarter. So that'll do it for 3 quarters of play here from Hornet Stadium. And after 3 quarters of play, I was looking to make sure they were going to actually end the quarter. After 3 quarters of play, the Marion Patriots lead this one 28-7, and we'll be back with more Hornet football here on Natural State Sports. All right, welcome back, folks, here as we get ready for a running clock fourth quarter as it's already running and we haven't even snapped the ball.
Wait a minute, that's not fair.
It's a benefit game. Nobody
Just go
cares.
for it.
Our defensive ends lined up off sides on this play. Let's see if they call it.
I bet they don't. I bet they don't. I bet they don't. Nope.
He didn't call it. They'll hand this one off. Another new running back into the game.
He's toting that ball like a loaf of bread. He won't be in the game long. He totes it like that.
That's sophomore Kenny Brown as he picks up 5 on that play.
Be Kenny Brown on the bench. He coaches it like that much.
That defensive end, number 15, into the game. Adrian Price for the Hornets, another sophomore, 6'2", 195.
Small guy.
He's listed on the depth chart as a wide receiver or a safety, but tonight he gets to play defensive end.
All right, new position. Try it out. Go there.
I'll go again to the right side. A lot of room to the right here for Kenny Brown, and Brown got the first down.
Spun out of one, right into another. And
we got a PI roofing penalty on the field. For the moment, it's an Acre Pharmacy first down. I'm going to issue my challenge once again. We've had a steady around 60, 65 people watching in this game. But here's the deal. Hey, here's a cool deal. We just hit 2,000 subscribers on the NSS page. That's pretty cool.
That's kind of nice.
I'm liking that, 2,000. But here's the numbers. Robinson at 133, Sylvan Hills at 95, Mills at 66, and our Hornets at 64 here on the Maumelle Sports Network. Come on, folks. We got to do better. Let's hit that subscribe.
We're the grandfather here. What's wrong with you?
Well, we're still a new network, though. We had to new all 4 channels are new.
Nope. We get the old channel. We got 2,000. I don't care what you say.
I believe that's a hold as they're going to back this one up. And they'll back them all the way back to the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 here for the Patriots with 10 minutes to go.
I think we call that one a do-over.
Well, it was 5. It was 3rd and 5, so they end up all the way back to 3rd and 10.
Like 10 yards from the spot of the foul, maybe?
Yeah, it was right at the first down. Almost had it now. They'll hand this one up the middle, stumbling his way across the 40 and under the 38-yard line.
Flip cartwheel for 2 more yards.
So now 4th down, more manageable. It's going to be 4th and 2. As he got to make it 4th and 3, they needed 35 for a first down. Marion team will head to Wynn in week 0 next week.
That'll be fun. Wynn's always been a pretty solid program.
I believe that's another new quarterback, Mitchell Lewis, into the game for Marion. Oh, he stumbles and goes down. That'll be a turnover on downs. As that was 27, Jordan Foster couldn't keep his feet, and that'll turn it back over to the Hornets.
Does 16 put his Randy Moss-style helmet back on?
I'd like to see him back out there.
Yes,
he needs all the
reps
he can get. So we'll talk about some of our matchups. So our 5A, or our PCSSD Sports Network matchups for next week, week 0, games that you're going to want to watch across our networks. Forest City travels to our Mills Comets, and you'll be able to see that game over on the Mills Sports Network YouTube channel as Forest City travels to Dixon Road, and you get a big matchup with Jabray Shaw, Coach Lee, and his Mills Comets team. And that's going to be a fun team to watch this year, Andy. A lot of athletes on the field. Charlie Collins has got offers from everybody in the country at defensive end. And you know the fun part? They'll put him out at running back. They'll stick him over and let him run out. They'll split him out wide as an H.
That's dangerous.
Barham, I think is that still Barham out there? Yes.
I would venture to say it is.
And Barham hands this one off. Up the middle on that one was 29 maybe. If it is, it's Menzies.
But you can tell who the receiver on the other end of the field is.
Yes. Can't miss the 6'4" frame of Cato Hunter.
I see your Donnie Shears. We raise you 1 inch with Cato Hunter.
What you think about that Mills team? They've got Anton Pierce, who's committed to Army West Point. Got Jabray Shaw, who's committed to UCA. You got Charlie Collins, who is going to go wherever. He's going to name his school in a couple of years.
Goes wherever he wants. A couple of years.
Well, he's a junior, so we still got.
I thought he was a senior.
No.
Lord. Good run there.
Nice run right up the middle.
First hand,
29.
First hand was in the backfield.
That's 29 again, so that's Menzies on that carry once again. That's going to be an Acre Pharmacy first down. Achilles Ringo is a junior quarterback who's got great size and a great name at quarterback.
Yeah.
And he's going to be a force down there for Mills as well. So they're going to be a lot of fun. Into at wide receivers, another really good one. And so you guys tune into the Mills Sports Network.
Barham. I don't know what's going on.
Tune into the Mills Sports Network next Friday night for that matchup with Forest City. Now looking to his left as Barham's going to scramble. He's got Hunter. Hunter's going back. Cato's got it. Got the catch of the 10. Stop! And another touchdown for Cato Hunter. And a boy Cato.
I told you. It was Barham going, I don't know what's going on. Jonathan Moxon all over again from Varsity Blues. I got it.
It's Cato with another score on that one. 48 yards on that touchdown pass. And they're getting it done now.
My name's Cato. I'm starting week 1. Nice to meet you. I'm trying to replace Roderick Watts. Practice? Who needs practice?
So the Hornets run a guy on late here, number 18, Jeremiah Armstrong.
It's a pretty good average. 2 for
Freshman
2.
kicker.
Wow.
Pushes that one through for another extra point. He gives the arrow. I like the moxie out of the kicker. And the Hornets now cut this one down to 28-14. And I want you to notice something. You see who the first guy to meet him coming off the field was?
I did not. There's this poll in my way.
At number 5, student body president, team captain James
Cinco.
Whitley was one of the first ones out there on the field. Helmet on, full pads. He's still proving why he's a leader on this team.
Captain Whitley. Captain Backflip. Whatever you want to call him.
Another matchup. Our Maumelle Hornets will travel over to Sherwood next week to face off with another 6A foe in the Sylvan Hills Bears, a team that we took down last year in week 0 at their place. And a good ball game that was. And it looked like it was going to propel the Hornets into a big-time season. And then after that, we proceeded to drop 4 straight games by 12 total points.
That was rough.
And the season kind of took a
Large kid.
took a turn. But it's going to be an opportunity again for the Hornets to get things started and in the right way with a matchup against 6A
Yes.
Power Sylvan Hills next week at their place. And then in our Natural State Sports Game of the Week, this was a ball game last year. I tell you, Robinson hung around for a while. PA was able to put it away late in week 0 last year, but a huge opportunity.
A lot, though.
Yeah.
That's the bad thing.
Huge opportunity for Robinson as they move up, defending 4A state champions, now playing in the 5A and 5A Central. And they're going to travel over there to Pulaski Academy for our Natural State Sports Game of the Week.
Interesting.
And so next week, you'll be able to watch your Hornets on the Maumelle Sports Network channel. But if you flip over to the big Natural State Sports channel with 2,000 subscribers now, that one gets its way into the end zones, you'll get to hear Aaron Weatherford and Tyler Chenault on our call for the Natural State Sports Game of the Week between the Robinson Senators and the Pulaski Academy Bruins, who so you got your defending 4A and defending 5A state champions who have both moved up to 5A and 6A respectfully, will be battling next week in week 0.
Said you just peer through Robinson's history since 2017 and look at what they got.
Unbelievable.
I didn't even pay attention to that. And I looked over and went, conference title, conference title, conference title, conference title, state title, state title. 2 state titles in the past 3 years.
And that's that
19 and 21. So.
Championship pedigree comes over here with Coach Mop, and that's what he's trying to build here.
Well, you win like that. And
Nice
shows.
cut.
Well, somebody tackle him. Thank you.
I like this number 30, and it's sophomore Kenny Brown for the Patriots. He's a kid that you better keep an eye on going forward.
I think what's going to happen that's going to be scary is if 16 catches another touchdown, the confidence spewing out of that guy is not going to be stopped by anyone. All the way into basketball season.
Oh,
We're going to be in
absolutely.
trouble. Somebody's going to be in trouble.
Keep building that confidence. He's just got to learn to channel it and understand that you've got to do what the coaches need you to do out there every single play, not just a couple plays at the end of the game.
Be good or bad at the same time.
Oh, the quarterback keeps this one. A
keeper,
lot
he
of
is
room to the
gone.
left. He may
Somebody.
go off to the races as Carson Catt.
Can we
Hornets
get him?
trying to chase
Can
him
we
down
get
at the
him?
goal line, and they don't. Touchdown, Carson Catt for the Patriots as he takes that one 69 yards to the house.
He run like that guy from Remember the Titans.
He did. You got to think, though, man. You round the corner like that, you look ahead, and all you see is the red end zone. You're feeling good. So big score there. As I'll continue to go through some of the 5A Central matchups. So we'll look at where our 5A Central brethren will be playing next week. Batesville, again, like I said, they'll play Searcy, and that's who we got in week 1. Russellville will host Morrilton. And BB will host Jacksonville. Of course, Joe T in our Natural State Sports Game of the Week against PA. Watson Chapel will host Texarkana. Whitehall will head to Sheridan in what should be an intriguing matchup. Sheridan's got an opportunity to be pretty good, and we're going to learn a lot about Ryan Mallett's team.
You got a tall coach.
Yes, they do. Let's see. Of course, Forest City travels to Mills. Our Hornets will travel over to Sherwood once again. We'll head over to play Sylvan Hills.
How come they don't come over here?
Well,
So
so
we
the
were supposed
way
to have been over here last year, wasn't it?
no, the way it was explained to me was because so we had the schedule flip with the new alignment, and because Valonia, it's a new alignment, we have to go to Valonia again this year. And had we went with Sylvan Hills this year, we would have had we had Sylvan Hills here this year, we'd have had 6 home games and 4 away games. But then next year we would have only had 4 home games and 6 away games. So you want to keep your home field advantage as best you can. So decided to play Sylvan Hills at their place, and so I assume that it'll be a 2-year cycle once again, and Sylvan Hills will get to come play here in week 0 next season, because it was 2020. Sylvan Hills came here in week 0.
You came over here for that game.
Yeah,
Caught part of it.
Yeah. Well, yes.
When you were doing your 6 games in one day.
4 games in one day.
4 games? All right, Al,
a game
buddy.
a quarter.
4 touchdowns, 1 game.
I had a game a quarter.
I think it went to the PA game that time.
I was here. I went to War Memorial for the Catholic game, and I was in Conway. Well, I don't remember what the other game was I hit that night. But I did. I got 4 games, a quarter a game. I didn't make it to Conway until about the last 3 minutes of that game, but I got to see 3 minutes of it.
But you got there.
I'm kicking this one off. Line drive is going to bounce and be picked up by the Hornets, and they'll start this drive with 2 minutes to go in the ball game.
I think you call that one a pooch.
Yes. I don't know if it was an intentional.
Squib.
Don't think it was an intentional squib, but it was a squib nonetheless.
All right.
So 35-14 is your score here. One last opportunity to let you guys know to be sure to go over and hit that subscribe button. And I want to say again, thanks to all of the Marion Patriot fans who have joined us for tonight's game. Hope you guys have enjoyed the broadcast. Feel free to drop a comment or two if you'd like. But again, we appreciate you guys joining us for tonight's ball game. All right, Andy, you had a week to get the kinks worked out. Now we got to be ready to rock and roll next Friday night when we head over to Sherwood. It's going to be a long drive for me. I mean, might have to go hit
end of the month, end of the week. We're in trouble. I'm in trouble.
What is this? Where's the quarterback? Oh, there he comes. I was like, Barham got confused.
Play.
He was
new play. It's called run Cato down the field. Barham throw the ball. Cato run under it, catch it, and outrun everybody. And that's called delay of game.
No,
it's like
PI roofing penalty. Will will be reciting that in his sleep all the time. Over at Sylvan Hills now.
Will know it all. Will have it in the computer. He'll have it programmed on buttons.
It'll pop up every time that the PA announcer says that's what'll pop up. Don't put it past him. He's going to be up until 4 in the morning creating graphics now.
Coming up, twisting. Hey, running
right up the middle with this one. That is Malachi Soli, I believe. Was that 43?
Hang on, that's an interesting last name.
Right, that's what I thought when I first saw it. That is 43. That was Malachi Soli on that carry. I don't think that's that Soli.
Not Soli. Soli. There's a difference.
So, minute 37 to go here as Barham looks to the sideline waiting on a call as they're trying to get the receiver set here on the outside of the formation.
It's a confusing play. It's like, all right, I'm just going to throw it up.
That may be what they do here.
Just a go route, man.
Barham, he'll hand it up the middle again. Looks like the Hornets obviously content just to hand it off a few times and play out the final 70 seconds of this one.
I think that play is called 2 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yes.
It's the play that Steve runs on me when he's beating my brains out in any NCAA football game we play.
Good to see Blake Siegman get a couple of reps down there at wide receiver as his teammates are giving him some love as he came off the field. So Barham now, clock running, 45 seconds to go. He'll get the snap, hand this one away again to Soli. Soli, room to the left. He is met by number 28, Timothy Dukes. So he makes the tackle, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
They don't have to run another play. They don't have to run another play unless they just want to.
Let's go one more deep ball to 16.
Go 3 for 3.
I might as well.
We have it in? Nope. Line him up on this end.
So Barham will come out. 15 seconds as it counts down. This should be the last play of the game on 4th down.
Hail Mary.
Don't want to snap it till it's about 2 seconds if you are going to run it.
Hail Mary to the Cato.
And they will. They'll snap it, and they're just going to hand it off. So Soli to the right side, and he's going to be hammered by 2 Patriots who tried to rip it out of there, and that'll do it.
He delivered the hammer.
So benefit week is officially in the books. Marion Patriots make the long trek all the way from eastern Arkansas here to central Arkansas, and they take care of business in this benefit game, beating our Maumelle Hornets 35-14. I want to say thanks to everybody for joining us tonight. Big thanks to Kayla Fletcher, as well as my buddy Mike Armstrong, who's doing some training on our production. He got to run the entire second half. And from what I could see out of the corner of my eye here, it looked like he did a great job. So thanks, Mike, for all your help tonight. We appreciate you. And I believe Mike's going to be jumping on with us to do some production next week during the Sylvan Hills game. He's going to shift some producers around. And big thanks to my wife, Kristen Henson, on our camera tonight. Did a great job up there running our new equipment. So she's still learning the new equipment as well, and appreciate her. And, of course, Will, good job getting the graphics set up. And, Andy, it was fun, man. As usual. Hey, we appreciate it. We know you'll come better prepared week after week. And
what are you lying to? Shoot from the hip. What are you talking about?
Ready to rock and roll. But, again, a debut without a W here. But, again, it doesn't count. The real debut is next week, next Friday in week 0, as we will be joining you from Bill Blackwood Field over in Sherwood.
Hidden gem.
Your Maumelle Hornets will travel over to Sylvan Hills and do battle with that 6A East opponent. And we look forward to having you guys on the Maumelle Sports Network. That's going to do it for us from here at Maumelle Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports and the PCSSD Sports Network. We will see you next Friday night for the Hornets against the Sylvan Hills Bears. Go Hornets.